Sweet, sweet lemonade.
Taste my lemonade.
Sweet,
Sweet,
sweet
sweet
lemonade.
lemonade.
Look at my horse.
Oh, look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Give it a
Oh.
lick. It tastes like. What's he say? Give it a lick. It tastes so amazing. Tastes like lemonade. Sweet, sweet lemonade.
We used to have it in here. Where is it? J.K. God, our list of drops and shit is
Look at my horse is
long.
amazing. Give it a lick. Have a stroke
Tastes
of his
like
just
tail,
raisins.
turns into a plane, and then it turns back again when you tug on its winky. Do you think so? Well, I better not show you where the lemonade is made. Sweet lemonade, sweet lemonade, sweet lemonade. Yeah.
I better not touch you where the lemonade is made. Ooh, sweet lemonade.
Ooh, sweet,
sweet,
lemonade.
sweet
What were you
lemonade.
listening to back then? That was
Uh,
obviously Seth that brought that to us.
And then shortly after that, you had what was the Amy Schumer song?
Amy Schumer song. Let's see.
Lemonade,
Where's
lemonade.
Us? Where's us?
Lemonade in the front, lemonade in the front,
Hang on, man. Hang on. No.
around the
on.
back
Wait a
is where
darn
fudge
minute.
is made.
Yeah.
It was something weird like that.
Hang on, man. Wait 1 second.
Hey
Wait 1
guys, how are
second.
y'all doing?
Let's see here.
How's everybody doing over there? Huh? Hi.
But
Shh, gosh, how y'all doing on
Now-
this snowy day?
we have this.
Snowy yesterday.
We got to get that added.
I meant to do that. Try and relax your anus.
Try to relax your anus.
The best part
man.
was-
I gotta rip
The
that.
best
I meant
part
to
was
put
that
in
we
the
got
board.
it that Dante started playing it while we were playing
in
multiplayer.
Call of Duty.
And I'm pretty sure it was before we had our audio settings set in, so people probably heard that.
Yeah, we weren't in our
Dun,
private
dun, dun,
chat
dun,
room
dun.
yet, so everybody heard it. It's pretty great.
Try and relax your anus.
Try and relax your anus. All right, let's start this thing up.
Sweet lemonade, sweet, sweet lemonade.
Well, it's good that you bring that up, sir. I'm gonna go in there because I gotta put that in show notes. Thanks, Doug, for reminding me. We've
Yeah.
been throwing everything together.
And hey, Doug.
Try to relax your anus.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
I think anytime someone gets fired up on our show,
Try it. We just
we'll
drop
just
that in.
drop
Ding,
that
ding,
in
ding,
to
ding.
make everybody laugh real quick.
Have you heard the full thing?
No,
He did that at one of those.
I don't
big-
even know who that is.
It's some DJ, and
Try to relax
try
your
to
anus.
relax your anus, and it
So it's not shtick.
no, well, it's like he said that. If you watch the full thing, he says that, and then he goes, I mean, try to relax your shoulders."
See, but now we need to find when Ron Washington said the booty hole thing, and then now you got a whole montage you could play.
Try and
Nothing
relax
but
your
anus talk.
anus.
For the love of God, could we go to one dinner where someone doesn't immediately start talking about assholes,
About their butt.
buttholes, their anuses?
Try to relax your anus.
Remember how bad he stopped us down when he said that? We were just like, well, what are we gonna what are
he
we talking
stopped
about?
down half of blue sushi.
Like, yeah.
For the love of God!
I loved it when Seth would get fired up like that, man. Just randomly. Can we go to one fucking meal or what was it? Can we get one dinner without talking about anuses and assholes or assholes and anuses? Or was it buttholes?
No, I thought it was.
Was it assholes
I
or
thought it was
taints?
talking about
Taints and
someone's
assholes?
asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was us. We were all, I think Gary and Chris and you and I were all, somehow we went down this anus trail.
I think it had to do with sushi. Maybe that's what it was. Hold on just a second. I gotta fix something here. Sweet, sweet lemonade. All right. All right. Let's do this. Let's all try to relax our anus, and let's start the show. Oh, what's this? Why is this coming up? I don't want this.
What do we have? An email? Email schmeemail?
Email, schmeemail.
Your email smells like mustards.
Sweet, sweet lemonade. Let's see here. What is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. What is this?
Here you go. This will be funny. Watch this. I'm going to look this part up on our live feed.
This Obama. Try and relax your anus.
Anytime someone comes in with attitude, starts yelling, dun, 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 dun,
That's going to be
dun.
played. We need to have hot buttons, like just right here on the table.
Yeah.
We need to wire hot buttons in.
It's
To where you
probably
just,
pretty easy, something we could easily do.
it really is.
I will eat my neighbors.
This episode of the
Last Kicker.
is brought to you by
Guys note.
and
Victor Wrench. And
Plastic Object.
and
This program contains graphic material, including
a new
offensive
sponsor.
language. Viewer discretion is advised.
we'll add.
This is all wrong.
Shut up, Greta.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people.
Go pose for
hope.
pictures.
How dare you?
The German
You have
military did
stolen
something.
my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet I'm one of the lucky ones.
Fuck you. You're a goddamn communist. I'm fucking Reagan era fucking
Oh,
conservative.
come on,
pussy.
Peter. Give her a break. She's just a girl.
Can't take Peter anywhere.
Can't take him anywhere.
Tingling with excitement. Trembling with horror. Throbbing with emotion.
Thinking of my life, why I feel alive and why I'm here. How much time do I have? Joking with my mind about the times I felt alone away from home. Why I'm moving, why I'm so in proposition about the difference from a life at home. How it's changed since the day I drove a car.
Wow.
And the shit that we shaded. Why Texas? Why is this? I need this. My Texas. 'Cause I found somewhere around. You show me the stars.
Listen to that wall.
That's why we did it back then.
Surprise! You're not dead. It is show 510. And it is Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. And it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
4 o'clock. We've never done it this early, have we?
It's 4:41, almost 5 to be exact.
What's our earliest podcast we ever did?
I don't know. Did we do one at noon one day or something like that?
When?
A nooner?
When? I thought that was Chris
Way
Ryan's
back.
deal. The Nooners.
Way back. We were trying to take over Chris Ryan's spot on the Eagle. That's when we had
By using his spots.
using his spots. Yep. We are getting started early because I don't know if the national media or international media has covered this, but Texas is under a ice storm.
In the middle of it.
Not a snowstorm, an
No.
ice storm. Everything on the ground is solid ice,
Yeah.
and it sucks. And I was shocked when you said you wanted to come over here and do the show now. I was like, you really want to
Get
get
out-
drive?
well,
Because I
what-
thought we were just going
The
to.
outlook doesn't look
Go on
good
the
for
phone.
the next 48 hours.
No. It would be like Thursday or Friday before we could get a show out.
It looks like it's about to turn into, is it Tatooine? Which one's the ice?
Hoth?
Hoth.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
Hoth.
Come on.
Yeah, Tatooine. Tatooine.
I started getting all out my Hoth playset just in case I needed to do a photo shoot.
You had a good day
real
today.
quick. Yeah.
Because it wasn't that unbearable cold
No.
where it's like you just want to die. It's not like a unbearable
still not
cold like
great.
when you've never seen a Tool show live.
Yeah.
That's cold.
That's cold. Because you're dead. According to you.
You just find no light, nothing to look forward to. But so you could hang out in it, and I've been playing around in it all day. Honestly,
Like snowball fights and
I've done
Did you build
probably-
a snow fort and a snowman?
kind of in my own way with a Jeep,
Just running
just
everywhere
making
in a
people
Jeep.
pissed off too.
I pissed off people yesterday driving home. I was
Yeah,
like, I'm in 4-wheel drive. You guys are in 2-wheel drive and can't hold traction, and I'm flying by you because you guys are assholes.
mm-hmm.
And in your little front wheel
Yeah.
drive car that's sliding all over the place, and the ass end's just fishtailing everywhere. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Let me blow by you. Now I blew by him at about 70, but
Yeah. Anyway, we can't go down. We're a public service. We have to stay on the
And we're here.
airways.
this entire podcast is just going to be telling you what freeways are open and closed.
I can tell you, I might not get home.
Well, you know what that means.
So hang on, I'll tell you.
That
Let's
means
get a weather
working in the
update.
shed all
You
night.
want a weather update right now for Kauai? How
Uh,
about the Queen? That's two
no.
different types of places totally. Arlington, it's now 27 degrees.
Yeah.
And it looks like at 5 o'clock we're gonna start bringing it, or no, in 40 minutes, Arlington's gonna start getting some snow flurries. It has been snowing and sleeting and icing all day long. It was thundering this morning. That's how I
Thunder
woke up.
sleet. I was awake at 5 a.m. waiting for my call to see if I was going to go to work. And yeah, thunder sleet. Thunder.
It's funny because they talk about how odd it is for that to happen, and I've witnessed it probably about 4 times, and it's always been in Texas.
I've witnessed it a lot, and everybody's like, "This is a super rare event." No, it's winter
Maybe up
in
north,
Texas.
it's not as prevalent.
Maybe not. I did do a fun thing this morning. I think we've talked about this on the show over the years. We've done it almost now 10 years about what our favorite local networks are and who we're affiliated with and
Oh, yeah.
who we watch. Like I
We're
was
very particular.
I grew up a WFAA guy.
I was.
Channel 8. I had
Jeez, what is this, man?
Jim McKay
Freaking
and
Thomas wipe his ass with this thing?
gross.
Thomas.
Dale Hansen.
I've gone
Troy
through
Duncan.
all of them.
I was a big
Depends on what your
Channel 8.
grandparents,
My grandparents were big into Harold Taft,
See,
Channel 5.
as well as mine. Channel
Harold
5,
Taft
NBC.
was always right. Now, if Harold Taft was alive today, he would tell you exactly where the snow was going to be falling.
He
in
can tell you where the
15-minute
snow is
increments.
going to be following next year, probably.
That guy was a man. He may have been the farmer in the almanac.
And after him, of course, you had to go to Troy Duncan.
Troy was badass.
Trusted him.
Who's still doing commercials. I thought he was pretty bad
I
off,
did. So I saw him in a commercial too.
and he's doing commercials now
Yeah.
for like siding or something.
Yeah, it didn't look bad either.
No, looked like he could still get out there and whip
I bet you
Pete
those,
Delkus's ass.
man, I bet you Weathermen slay the Poonanny.
Got to. They've got all the great pickup lines that are weather related.
Yeah. And their job.
I got a high pressure system fixing to move into your pants. They've got them all.
The feeling of moisture's in the air.
Yep. Is that a tsunami going on down below? They've got them all. They've got
Yeah,
they've
that's
got weather
very,
puns out the ass.
Very cool, laid back job.
Um,
But if
but
you're,
go ahead.
I was just going to do the public service part of this and said, if you're freaking listening to us locally, don't go to work tomorrow. It's just stupid.
Yeah, don't go to work ever again. Just give your job up.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Nothing's worth it anymore. Work sucks. Quit.
So, but yeah, I
Meh,
had to,
whatever.
I got a few real estate courses done. I'm about to wrap up one and do the exam, and I was like, about 11:30. I was like, I got to go play.
And so you just went driving around?
Yeah,
Nice.
romping too. Like I was the guy that we always bitch about. That look what I can do.
I need to get out. I need to go do something,
Yeah, you definitely recommend.
but
it.
I probably will. I'll wait till after dark.
I was thinking
I like
about
driving
seeing
after
if
dark
we
when
didn't
it's
do the
icy
show
up
tonight. I was
north.
going to see if you wanted to try to go out to Cedar Hill.
State Park
Mm-hmm.
and
Go
camp?
romp around there.
Oh,
No, just
no.
drive around and stuff.
there's some pretty steep hills around
I
there.
know.
That'd have been fun. That'd have been interesting.
Yeah. I was even thinking about getting some chains and stuff and helping people out, but honestly, I think people took heed to the warning this time, and they've because I haven't seen many wrecked
You're in
vehicles.
a Jeep. You don't need chains.
like
Tie it off
just
and
bash
go.
them up. Yeah.
Tie it off. You got a winch on that thing?
Mm-mm.
You just winch on them and pull them out.
If when she decides what she's gonna get,
Uh-huh.
it will have a winch on it within.
I got a car I want you to
month.
see when we finish the show that I may put a down payment down on.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
maybe. We're waiting. I don't know. It's one of those things like I could put a down payment on it and then sell the down
Try to
payment
flip it?
because it's one of those rare things, people get in line for and stuff. I'll show you here in a minute. When we finish the show. We'll talk about it next week maybe, but whatever, but
The
cool.
Jaguar episode 2 got me on GT.
What? So now you want to buy a Jaguar?
No, they did the one where they go down a ski slope, like go up on a mountain and ride down, like drive
All
down
their
a-
cars, they're
in the
driving
middle of
down
the snow.
Yeah.
And that was such a badass episode. And so I immediately, when I got in, realized this is nice for a Jeep with like tires that are made for this and suspensions
gonna
that are
go
made
anywhere.
for this.
And it's, for some people, that could be an issue. Like, if you want to go play out in it, like,
Mhm.
you got to disable all sorts of shit on my truck in order to play in it. But,
Yeah.
vehicles like that. But
That's all I
um,
saw about it. The only thing I saw when I was driving around was Jeeps, 4Runners, and Broncos, and then old trucks, like old ones that people didn't give a shit about.
mhm.
So, and then every once in a while there'd be some idiot in a fucking Camaro or a Charger or Challenger or something, and you're like, man, come on, dude, what are you doing?
That was my problem yesterday.
Just idiots when they should have just been home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah. Don't do this. Don't be driving around in your Charger, zipping around thinking you're badass. Because you're making me nervous.
What time did you call off? Did they call off work?
Around 1 o'clock, I think.
So that's when you started heading home and you saw some of that?
Yeah. People
that's
were
when-
being stupid. Well, the highways were completely shut down because there were so many wrecks.
Right.
And so the access roads and side streets were full of people. And half of them were fucking idiots
Yeah.
zooming around in their Chargers or their
Mm-hmm.
Camaros or whatever, thinking they're just zipping around being a badass and having fun. But it was like, dude, there's too many cars to have fun. You need to wait till tomorrow when no one's on the road, then go have fun.
Yeah, then go do it.
But there's too many cars on the road right now. And it's aggravating.
Yeah, that's it'll be an interesting drive home.
Did
though.
you see any Unimogs or Unigogs running around? The Mercedes?
No, I
giant
did
truck?
see there was a guy that got those side by sides that are like got like 6 wheels on them.
Yeah.
There was a guy cruising around Matlock on one of those, and I was like, man, I'm gonna follow him. He's probably got some cool trails and stuff we could go on. But he didn't. He was driving it like a grandma, and I was like, man, that machine is made to go frolic in the snow and.
Doug is saying there's a 4Runner that went off a bridge
Oops.
somewhere.
Well, that's
Oops.
great to know.
Yeah, I'd like to go see
I
that.
still got to drive home, man.
So I did. This may offend a bunch of people, but I'm just telling you. I did an experiment this morning as I was sitting in the living room, flipping between all the local news channels, and I'm going to tell you who's got the best coverage here in Fort Worth
Okay.
or in DFW.
Well, are you going to do like the top 3 or doing them in order? Because you're just going to do CBS, ABC, and Fox, right?
In NBC.
And NBC. Or so 4
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
We'll do, 4. Who's the one that sucks balls the most?
Channel 8.
You
WFA.
can't, yeah, it's
Channel 8. The worst. The reason it sucks the worst is there's no one on there that was entertaining or would make me want to watch the news the way they're delivering the news in the morning.
same with the radio too. You're like,
They also their morning show now feels like it has to fit modern times to where we have to have a black female in this position, a black male in this position, a Hispanic female over here,
token gay.
a white gay person over here.
Yeah, they always got to have that guy.
It's like you got to fill every demographic, and none of them got along. Like none of them could interact with each other, and I was like, "This is so
It's a train wreck.
odd. Like everything's so odd. As good as Channel 8 is the rest of the day, like the midday news and the evening and late night or night news is pretty damn good. But this was a clusterfuck,
Yeah.
and none of them act like they liked each other. There was no just like fun. So Channel 8 sucks.
Sounds like okay. I thought I turned it off. Sorry about that.
Next up, CBS.
Well, hang on.
Oh.
We're not done with we're
Channel
not
8?
done with Channel 8.
Yeah.
Channel 8 has unfortunately like got millennialized,
That's what it feels like.
and they just
this-
don't have any idea what they're doing. Like it feels like when you watch them, it's just a bunch of snot-nosed millennials that just don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're too ashamed to ask for help, and they got their education through Google and YouTube, much like us.
I'm trying to think, out of all stations, are they the one that's had the most turnover as of late? Whether it be like retirements or people leaving and all this.
I
Like
have
the
no
whole
idea.
morning show is completely different, and it was just odd. Really, really, really weird. And everything was delivered really weird. And yeah, it felt like they had to get certain people in certain slots in order to appease higher ups or whatever, but none of these people liked each other or got along or interacted with each other. It's weird.
I
Really,
tell
really
you,
bad.
one thing that they all could do, they all could take a lesson from, or just some advice. It's not the end of the world. You don't have to deliver the news in a manner that we're under like a crisis now. Everyone, we're in trouble now.
I want to get to that in just
Like
a second.
you can drop a little bit of the Fear Factory like knob down a little
The
bit.
head crusher?
Fear Factory.
Head crusher.
Yeah.
Head crusher.
If we had a producer, that's when he'd play it.
Here in
So-
my car.
But yeah,
Not
bring
Gary
it
Newman,
bring it
the
down a
Fear
little
Factory
bit. Bring it
person.
down a little bit. Bring down the rhetoric of hey, we're all gonna die. It's not
Yeah.
that big a deal, and if you use your brain, you'll probably get through it.
Yeah. Now, CBS is kind of the same, has kind of the same issues, and
It's
their
never been
whole
on my radar.
broadcast always has felt disjointed to me and
Mhm.
very third rate. Like the whole feeling of the production and everything has always felt really weird. So CBS, they're sitting there in third. NBC, second.
Mhm.
Pretty
So
solid.
They got a
pretty good.
new weather guy that is freaking awesome.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's named Kevin. He's like, dude, I want him to be the anti-hero to Delk.
They're
I want
gonna
them to fight.
Can we get them in the same? They can be the
Octagon,
undercard
yeah.
of the Joel Osteen Ding Dong fight.
Perfect.
It'll be Kevin and Pete as the undercard.
Yeah. Or I think these guys, if they actually met and knew each other, they probably know each other. They probably are
They
cool.
all do, right? They all
Yeah.
know. All
Well,
these
I thought
meteorologists
they
know
all
each
drank
other.
at that bar that what's her face used to. You got a Carly box used to go to all the time.
They may. I don't know.
Jane
if they still do that.
McGarity.
I don't know if they still do that or if they're not allowed to go drink together anymore, or if it turns into like a back alley brawl like in Anchorman. Someone gets
Could.
killed by a
Or
trident.
just a gangbang on Jane. Whoa.
We were all going all good. Then it had to go to a gangbang.
You're not going to say that we're going to say that I'm the only person that thought of that. That hey, she had a bar that she was known to go to all the time, that all these news people used to kind of hang out with, and we're not supposed to go there with our comedy and
So you think she got railed just all the time at the bar
fantasies.
when she spoke about Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoopy the dog?
You think she let people do some voying,
Probably. She probably did. She was into that.
and then it's all over. Then you
It's all
got
over.
then you got Troy Duncan all voy. Clarice Tinsley, voy.
There's a
Are we
bull
doing
fight
some
coming
voying?
through here. I'm gonna void.
Voying? And then Cynthia Gregas. What? How do you say her name again? She's all. He's gay, blind.
I'm
I mean,
blind.
voy,
I mean-
voy.
I mean, he's gay. He's on Everest. Whatever the fuck, he climbed Everest. It'd been awesome if she said that. So NBC 5 was number 2, but number 1 is Fox.
By far.
Fox 4 is fun. Those guys all
We
get
don't
along. They
usually
have fun.
agree.
Even though
That dude's always wrong, though. The guy in the morning,
he's a robot.
he's a robot. And he never gets it right, and he just doesn't even. He just keeps on chugging along, man. It's like he doesn't acknowledge his losses. He just didn't, and he doesn't really acknowledge his wins. He just goes with it. What's that guy's name?
I've come to the conclusion that he has, and I can never remember these guys' names, but that he's a robot. He's an android. He always
I think
looks
my dad
perfect.
had words with him once.
Really?
Yeah, the morning show.
Really?
Yeah, at Mayfest.
Whoa! What did he say?
I think my dad made a joke or something, and they kind of like, and he goes, "Oh, look at us, Mr. High and Mighty News people," or something like that.
Has he been around that
Tim,
long?
what's the other guy? Tell it to Tim guy.
Yeah,
it was
And
him
he does
and
dad
and
jokes.
It was him and the weather guy, and I was like, "Whoa, Dad! Whoa, guys, break it up." It was at Mayfest,
I'm trying to find his name real quick. Hold on. Personalities. You got to look under personalities.
and Fox wins because of Fatah, whatever that one lady's name, news lady that I like a lot.
Evan Andrews.
Evan Andrews, yeah.
He's the one that's a robot.
Boy, he'll just keep going though, man. He didn't give a damn.
He doesn't. He doesn't at all. And then sitting next to him is Lauren Presbell, who I have stories. I have a theory about her, and this might get
That
back
she
to her.
makes ham sandwiches and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and sends her kids on her way every day and then goes straight to the liquor store, gets lubed up, and then goes in and does her work.
How the hell? That is my theory. I think she gets tired of the news every day. Like when she comes home from work, like 'cause she has to be there like at 3 a.m., right? 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to get ready for on
Bet.
air.
It's got to be brutal.
That's usually when they have to get there. But then she comes home and she's like, the news just beat me down today," and just grabs a bottle
Like I'm drinking,
and just starts
and then
drinking
she
wine.
has
It's
to drink
wine
to
time.
get back into work.
And then she passes out, picks the kids up, does all the kid stuff, takes a short little nap before coming back to work. And there's some days you can tell
She's had a few too many sips.
she had a bottle before. But she's fun. I like her.
All right, well, look up my girl, because
And then
hold on, that's the whole draw to that station.
the weather. Which girl? Wait, Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about Hannah?
Hannah. Yep.
Yeah. Hannah Bata?
Batois.
Batois.
Yeah, her. She is. Oof. I used to stalk her on my Instagrams a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty sure she's a switch hitter.
Chip Wagner is he's the traffic reporter.
Yeah.
And if you've seen Anchorman, he could fit right in with all of them. Like his attitude is very, very Anchorman-esque. But what I'm with you. I wish that like the other stations, Fox didn't really do that this morning, but the other stations, it was like everybody was trying to put together their reel for the national media, and everything had to be like, "Oh my
That's
God.
it.
Oh my God,
That
this
is
is
it.
so tragic." And it was like Fox was just kind of like, "Yeah, whatever. I mean, this is just another
That's
day.
it.
We're having fun. Whatever."
You're exactly right. You nailed it.
But every other station was like, "Oh
It's
my
their
God."
reel.
Yeah.
It's their
They're
demo
putting
reel.
together their demo reel for their national breakout when there's
Yeah.
an opening.
They think they're going to be the next trending.
Heather Hayes. She came out of here and went straight to
Boy, she
wherever.
used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Heather Hayes is still here. You're thinking of the one that was in the band, the cover band.
I thought that was Heather Hayes. Is it not?
No, Heather Hayes is still at Fox 4.
Oh yeah, who's the one that went to national?
Oh man, I can't remember her name. She was
She is-
she had
there's
a
Heather
cover
Hayes there.
band here.
Yeah.
What was her name?
You go see
Ashley
her-
Banfield.
Ashley Banfield, that's who it was.
She
yeah.
remember she got glasses when she went to CNN, but when she
Yeah.
was here, whoo,
And when she was out and about playing in her little band,
whoo,
yeah,
yeah.
there was a high pressure system down below. That would happen. It was very, very odd. But anyway, yeah. And the funny ass thing is all 4 stations had someone sitting at Buc-ee's on 35
just
and
by chance?
114.
Yeah.
They were all set up at different spots reporting on the weather and the 18-wheelers that had slidden off whatever roads all around there.
Conveniently at Buc-ee's.
Conveniently at Buc-ee's. Okay, so that's my morning.
Well, good luck to ABC on your news reels or your news demo reels. I hope you're successful. and you get to go work for, I don't know, what's the high standard of news right now? Is it still
it's the Nationals. You want to go work for?
you wanna go work for
you know,
ABC and
the
stuff?
NBC Nightly News, the
Brock-
ABC
the
Nightly
Year
News.
3.
You want to go work underneath that guy that's another robot.
Westinghouse and all that.
The guy on ABC is a robot.
Yeah.
David Muir.
And
it's
that-
all
th-
fear porn.
That's the thing too. Now, so who are those guys making their reels for? I wonder, because they do it
No,
too.
they're there.
They do it too. What is
But
it? Is
he
it
just wa-
ABC that does the whole intro? That's just like
Yeah.
5 minutes of how the world's about to end.
Yeah, but that's just their jack off fear porn that they get off on.
Yeah,
That's all it is. That's all they
it is.
do. That
Keep the citizens scared.
those reels that David Muir does at the beginning of his things are insane.
It'll make you think that
Insane.
the world's ending at any moment.
Yeah.
Like you can't even sneeze.
Breaking news tonight.
Yeah,
You know, whatever. Ugh, they're crazy.
it's all a distraction from how close this fucking idiot of a president we have is to making a mistake and getting us in World War III. That's all it is. Is right now just throw shit up against the wall so no one starts asking real questions. We don't want people to know how this fucking idiot has got us on the doorstep of World War III. And here's the other thing. It's funny because I don't know if you've seen his shenanigans the last week or two. Oh, Biden.
Yeah.
Now he just gets up there and pretty much just says a bunch of crazy shit, and then they say, "Oh, you can't that's obviously his dementia. You can't question that." You're like, "Well, why is he our president then?"
You
You're
said
saying, why is he our
y'all
president?
have said for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, he's
Before,
in great shape.
when he was running,
He's
he's in great
mentally
shape
sharp.
and doesn't have dementia.
He's mentally more sharp than me. Remember, they all would say that. So
What is it? Are they going to do the 26th Amendment on him or whatever it is?
28th,
28th, is that what it is?
one of those. But here's the thing I realized this week after his blunder after blunder after just screw up after screw up and just putting his foot in the mouth everywhere he goes is this. I don't really have to worry about oatmeal brains. You know why? He's not the one that's going to make the decision if we go to World War III. You know who's
25th.
You know who that's going to be? Putin.
Yeah.
He's the one that's going to have to be the man in the room, or the whatever you call it,
It's not gonna happen.
grown up in the room, and say, I know it's probably not either, but it's not up to Biden. No one right now, I think, in the world takes this guy serious. So it's not up to Biden's not going to get us in the war. It's going to be if Putin decides he wants to get
Yeah.
into World War III, because our fucking idiot, that guy's lost.
He
man.
doesn't even know what he's doing.
Someone needs to just give him a bag of mushrooms and ecstasy and just kind of put him in the middle of Lake Palestine in a canoe and just let him go.
Maybe just grind up some painkillers,
just-
pour it in
yeah.
his wine, and be like, "Here you go, go to sleep, Mr. President."
Well, I was saying just let him go live in the woods.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Well, you're going to get Kathy'd. Remember when she did the Trump head?
Yeah,
Her career went bye-bye. You want your podcast, your outstanding
one
podcast
cares.
career to go away like that?
I need a poll in the chat room right now. Is Biden humor okay like this, or will it end this podcasting career I have?
It's kind of like Jeff says. The people you're going to offend, you offend within the first 2 minutes of the show. You don't have to worry about it
Yeah.
once you get into
You
it.
make
They've already
you
turned it
made
off.
it this far.
They've already turned it off.
We're in good company. if
He's
you
like,
made
you're
it this
talking
far.
to your crowd now at this point.
Although I'm watching the angle sharply drop on our viewers in the chat room. Did you want to get in The Last of Us, or you want to wait?
I'd like to see the next episode. I'm a little behind, but I can tell you if we're going to... That second episode was not as good as the first one. Tailed off a lot. And-
I thought it was still pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of almost
but-
went, whatever.
Nah,
It's a zombie, post-apocalyptic. I can deal with this.
But this is way better than what Walking Dead has put out.
Oh, lately. But remember the first season of Walking Dead? You were just like,
Was good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just I don't like the,
This second one is or this third one. I'm with
Gets back on track.
what Brian said on Facebook.
Gets back on
Brian
track.
Breckenridge. There's it's kind of like a side quest a little bit, not with them, but there's like another group or another couple of people you follow around for the majority of the episode.
Okay.
There's going to be Emmys behind this, Golden
Yeah.
Globes, all that shit behind this, because it's pretty wild acting. It's pretty good. It's really good.
It wasn't the acting that was the problem for me. It was just the storyline seemed so cliche. But it's off a video game. What do you expect? It was also I'm not into the whole fungus
Among
thing,
Us?
fungus among us theory. I'm not really into that. I'm more into
I think that's the closest theory
probably
that
is.
that could actually happen.
I mean, honestly, you're probably right. Since we're just talking about mushrooms, how they do weird things and grow in weird ways and stuff, and
Yeah.
that probably is more likely going to happen that way if it was to happen.
So we're being told that the episode 2
I just got a man feeling on it.
was a straight video game episode, almost directly taken from it.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't in the it just didn't hit me in the nuts like the last one. But I think I
good.
watched that right after the Cowboy loss, and so I was
Just
like
whatever.
just want to watch whatever.
I watched over the weekend. I had a little weird medical episode that happened on Saturday. Very strange.
I thought you were just tripping on something because I was like, "What?"
No, it was very,
you were
very
drunk.
weird and very strange. And I kept getting asked, "Do you want to go to the emergency room? Do you want to go to the emergency room? Do you want to go to the emergency room?" I was like, I don't really want to go sit up there and wade through all this crap. I'd rather just see what happens and hopefully have just stroke out and die. But I sat down.
You'd rather stroke out than spontaneously combust? Because imagine the mess you would make if you spontaneously combusted.
Well, I'd catch on fire. Is it an explosion or do I just emulate just
Well, now you're talking like Incubus style.
like I spontaneously just catch on fire like people do?
I was saying, I always thought that spontaneously combusting was an action that happened, or was when your body just blew up, like like you had an IED inside your chest.
Well, those people that supposedly it's happened to in the past, that they have these weird, X-Files type stories about, where people have been like sitting in their
Right.
lounger or whatever and
Doing a
spontaneously
podcast
they
out in
just
the middle of
catch
a
on
shed.
fire.
I'd probably start crying if you just blew up.
Like if I'm sitting here
Either
talking,
way,
all of a
I'd be
sudden
like-
you just start seeing flames come up, and you're like, and I'm like, I can't control it.
Get some water, pour some water on. I'd be like, roll around in the snow.
My last episode, or my last words I'd say would be,
This is because of you.
"Flame on," and that's it.
And everybody be so they'd be like, what? You couldn't think of something better?
Or if I was burning, what if it was just like, "I'll see you in hell"?
Now that would be. What was it? Was it
How does Han Solo know where hell is?
was it Sorensen, Nick Sorensen, that said, like, or was it Dane? One of these fucking comedians had a bit where he was saying how weird it would be if like someone just like, oh, I just farted, and pulled out a gun and shot themselves, because everybody'd be like, what?
Well, have you seen The Menu? Did you watch
No,
The Menu yet?
I have not. I've heard about it though.
So I watched that on Saturday while I was recovering. I was full of wholesome entertainment that is good for the family and good for kids. I started off with that weird Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah. So terrible.
What's that called?
Garbage.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. I was doing other shit while that was playing. There was a couple of funny parts. Like there's a part where they're driving together. Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill are driving together, and
I turned it off.
Inwards in Paris comes on.
Oh, I guess I'll have to watch that part because that sounds like a
And
funny scene.
Jonah Hill's like, "Yes, the song's badass, man. It's it kicks and it jams, blah 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 blah." And then Eddie Murphy's like, "Oh, it does, huh? It does. What's the name of this record?"
Trying
and
to
they-
set him up.
And they're trying to. And he's like, "Oh, I can't remember. I think it's something like me and my pals running around Paris.
Me and my horse.
And it's all that was a pretty funny bit. But other than that, the movie's just kind of
So I'll try it on again because I was I turned it off.
It's more of. I thought it was gonna be funny. It's not funny. It's more like
yeah. I
this-
started playing my Star Wars stories as soon as it. Like I couldn't even watch it. I was like,
a white guy meets a black girl, and then their families don't get along. He's Jewish, you know. His Eddie Murphy's a radical.
but it's so hokey. It's very hokey.
It's very of the times, and
like I wish that
I expected more. I expected there to be more funny stuff, and it's not.
Mhm.
Like Eddie Murphy is an asshole through the whole thing.
See, I know this would probably
Gotta
piss
be
off
funny.
that whole
I wanted him to be
Jonah Hill. Yeah,
I wanted some of
for
that.
sure. I know this would probably piss off Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen and all those guys, Danny McBride, but they should have just brought them in and let them do that movie. It would have been way funnier if
Who
they would
wrote
just. There's no way that team of comedy writers did that because it was shit.
So then I watched.
I did love the way Jonah Hill's hair looked.
It is kind of funny.
He should rock that.
I then watched another. If you need to sit down and you want to sit down with your lover, and you want to show her a good movie that will,
Cause an upper level disturbance down below.
yeah. All's Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, I want to see that. I'd like to see that.
Good God,
Yeah.
brutal,
Is it?
brutal.
Yeah, we have that marked to watch. It's
Yeah.
Netflix, right?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah. There's another new one up.
Fucking like from the get go, I'm like, what the hell? And then I couldn't stop watching it because I wanted to see what the hell happened. You know what's going on. But I mean, your opening shot is dead bodies, so
Yeah.
it's World War I, and it's 3 million people died in one fight. So you think, yeah, that's going to be an issue. That there's going to be dead bodies everywhere, but it was good. Kenya Barris directed that, You People. And then I watched The Menu. And you need to go watch The Menu.
Okay.
That's all there is. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it.
We'll do it next week.
It's a creepy slow burn for a little bit.
Mhm.
Like because you're like, what's going on? What's going on here? Just let it roll.
We'll do it next week.
Let it roll. It's good. Yeah, we can talk about it next week. I want you to check
And
it
I'll
out.
try to watch the one we were talking about before that with the zombies.
Oh, well, you'll have 2 episodes to watch for next week's show.
Yeah, I'll get caught
Last
up
of
on
Us.
it. So
You said you have a Silver Scream obsession before we go to our big announcement.
we have a big announcement today.
We have another one. We had a big announcement last week. If you missed it last week,
We're pregnant.
yep, we're expecting. We are going to have a baby. We're naming it the city of Fort Worth.
Yeah, let me
Doug, yeah,
see.
there's one in 10th grade, but this is the new one. This is the new upgraded one, and it's even worse.
All right. Yeah, but I guess this kind of goes in with what we've been talking about, movies and stuff, and this extended version of Shoot the Shit, this Icy Tuesday. So something that I've always been kind of meh about was the last Star Wars trilogy, and it was not. I think this. I knew this was going to happen once I took a few years off of watching any of them. Then I would go back at some point, watch The Force Awakens, and be like, okay, now I'm more. I'm watching it the second time, and this is pretty damn good. I'm coming back on it a little bit, and I have been going hard Star Wars lately. One, because my Star Wars stories,
It's got your Star Wars stories, son.
and then Mandy is watching it for the first time.
Okay.
So I'm getting to watch someone that's never seen it get into the storyline and actually follow along. And so we just finished Revenge of the Sith. And then last night we started The Force Awakens. And fucking awesome, man. It took me back to when we went to the mall and watched it with all our friends and stuff. And we had like everybody cheering and stuff when Han Solo and Chewie comes walking up
Chewbacca.
onto the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
It's just
Have you? I gotta ask you a question here. Did y'all Rogue One it? Did
Yes.
You put the Rogue. Okay.
she has not watched, and she loved Rogue One, by the way.
As she should.
I told her she
Me
could
and her
watch.
can be friends now.
That's what I said. I was like, you can watch Rogue One whenever you want to, and you can watch Solo pretty much whenever you want to, because it's kind of doesn't. I mean, it follows chronologically,
You
but it
gotta
kind of.
watch Rogue One before New Hope.
Well, that's the thing. Is then
It rolls right into
what
it.
the Andor came out, and I was like, okay, now you need to actually. Now we got to put Rogue One into perspective of what everything that's going on now, and I explained to her.
4 years before Andor is 3 years or 4 years before Rogue One.
Right. It's when it all starts, kind of, where they start going hardcore.
Yeah. The birth of the rebellion.
The birth of the rebellion. But, man, I didn't do it justice. Like, I forgot how cool it was seeing, the Star Destroyer, the remnants of it just kind of crashed into a planet. And then you had, there was all these, I forgot the bunny or the Easter eggs that they were putting in that would give homage to the, the old, the Empire. I mean, it was still, all about the First Order and all that, like, and Snoke,
Mhm.
and there's still, I know all the debating too that we've done, like, okay, why did
It's a copy of A New
it's a
Hope.
copy of right, and also remember, like, hey, I thought when you get introduced to Kylo Ren, but Kylo Ren actually, there's debate if that's actually that was supposed to be Jason Solo, like didn't a different group write it before Disney came in and said, no, we're going to write in Ren and Rey, or Kylo and Rey.
So everybody wanted it to go the Zahn trilogy.
Which is the Jason Solo, and he has a sister.
Jason and Han and Leia have twins, Jason and Jania Solo,
Mm-hmm.
right? Isn't that her
One,
name?
they get
That's the one.
separated and all that.
Well, no, they're just kind of getting trained to be Jedi and stuff, but
Mhm.
then there is a resurrection of the Emperor because he was cloned. That was kind of brought up in that trilogy.
Well, I approached it with an open mind.
Yeah,
period.
Jason and Jaina. That's
I
what
said,
there's-
I told her, hey, don't get caught up in this. Just watch it for a new trilogy with new characters and see what you think. And that's kind of how I've gone into it. I'm like,
it's difficult. I think my jadedness is what it should have been because those 3 books were fantastic. Where they go and Thrawn's around, and then you have Mara Jade who marries Luke Skywalker and all this crap, and how perfect those were and how great they were, and that's kind of where we were kind of promised things were going to go, and then Disney said, "No, we need it to be."
see,
like
I need to
this."
bring you the Millennium Falcon, the book, so you can read it. Because that book is so good, and that's the other thing is they touch on. There's something special about the Millennium Falcon in. They still leave it at, hey, there's something special about that spaceship. It's always been a pain in the ass, and it's like it broke loose from the shipyard and like caused all kinds of chaos when it was like getting produced, and it's always been just a fucking just pain in everyone's ass, but it always leans towards the the Jedis and helping them out and the light side, So, and also the game.
Well, and you got it in Solo too, in
Mm-hmm.
its original form, and then it being destroyed and put to the form
Mm-hmm.
we know just because it made that one jump from the
Yeah. Well, they go into
doing the Kessel Spy.
see, they
Trap.
go into in the Millennium Falcon book, they go into more of the relationship between Han and
Lando
and Princess Leia and the Millennium Falcon. Like they go into what happened after Jason and is it Jaya, you said? After they had the kids, Jaina. Yeah, and just the relationship and how close they all were and stayed. And it ties in.
Yeah, because I don't think that book's canon anymore, right?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it ever was. It ever canon? I'll bring it over next show, and you can read it. I want to read it again. it's a great book. There's so much behind that spaceship, the Millennium Falcon. And that's one thing that I going back and seeing it. I was like, okay, they were doing some really cool things, saying, hey, we hadn't forgot about
So how far are y'all into the last trilogy?
we started Force Awakens last night.
Okay, so you still have
I'll still be bitter next week.
Ryan Johnson's slaughter.
Yeah, that.
You know what sucks is like Knives Out's so good, but he fucked up Star Wars so bad.
What do you think of this new Knives Out?
I liked it.
Did you finish it already?
Yeah, I watched it.
I'm like 2 episodes in.
Huh? It's
Or
one.
I'm not 2 episodes. 2. I should say about 30 minutes in. I guess 2
Oh, okay.
episodes. It's
not as good as the first one. I thought the
Not
first
at
one was
all.
better.
not at all.
It didn't. The first one had different
What's
twists
that
and turns,
actor's
but I
name?
guess
The-
now I'm watching. Got
The dude from
twists and turns.
Guardians of the Galaxy. What's that actor's name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
The one that pulls the gun out and
Yeah.
at the pool. That dude has a bad, creepy looking movie. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie coming out
Yeah, I saw that. That actually
Like,
looks pretty good.
where they got to kill one of the family members.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't find if it. Yeah, I don't think it's canon.
So I'm just
Like
saying
canon.
that I might have talked too much shit about that last trilogy, and I didn't really go back to it. I went back to it when it came out on DVD or whatever, like streaming. I don't think they had all the streaming services back then. It didn't go straight to Disney. I'm pretty sure it went to Netflix or something first, right? The first time they
No,
streamed it.
Disney Plus, right? It all
Oh,
went to
it might have been
HBO Disney. Yeah, I think
It
it,
might
was
have
on
been
HBO for a
HBO
little
Max
bit,
or
and then it went to Disney Plus.
right.
I
But-
had to rewatch it all when Shauna moved in with us. She hadn't
Recently?
seen she hadn't seen everything.
This last time,
Yeah, this like a year ago when she first moved in.
I'm kidding, Shauna.
And the thing was I can't remember. We skipped episode 1. I told them we started Phantom Menace, and I was like, I can't get through this. I'm sorry. I was like, I'll tell you everything that happens. You know, they pick up Anakin, whatever, but we'll start at episode 2. We watched 2, 3. I want to say we did it right. 2, 3 to Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, and then when we hit 7, 8, 9, I watched 7 again. Was like, yeah, it's still good. Rewatched 8, and still have so many questions on what was going on in that galaxy, and all of a sudden we're worried about fuel.
Yeah,
In a galaxy far, far away, and trying to outrun, a Star Destroyer and all this stuff. And then watched 9 again, and then that brought up even more questions. Just like, why did we go this direction? Why are we doing it like this? And why did all of a sudden everything, this was supposed to be like the Skywalker saga from beginning to end, but we get to the very end and come to find out it's actually the Palpatine saga, because it's actually about the Emperor and his granddaughter.
I think the only thing they should have just used Ron Howard and what's his face, Favreau. What's the guy's name from?
John Favreau.
John Favreau.
Yeah.
They should have just used those guys and done the last 2. Like they should have just stuck them on it and said, "Here, y'all finish it up."
Yeah, I'll make this good.
But it's a great movie still. Just the AT-ATs out in the desert. Just
The second one?
the second one, I am not looking forward to watching.
Well, that's
honestly.
the one where they were. Spoiler if you haven't seen it yet. Where Luke
think we're
and
good, right?
Luke and Kylo Ren fight on the
Yeah.
spice planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where those AT-ATs are and everything, and the Republic or the First Order AT-ATs. I don't know.
I'm just. Oh, and the other thing is this game. It changes everything.
Oh,
This
it does.
game, like I've been going hard on the game.
It does.
And it's like now I just want to watch all the movies and pick out everybody that's in one of the characters in the game and say that one's a character, that one's a character, that one's a character, that one's a character. Like, you know how annoying that would be?
And then you have a bunch of stuff that's from the cartoons and TV shows too. So you got to go find them and
Is
so
that
we have an announcement.
nuclear bomb just go off? What was that?
I think so. I think that was what that was. Maybe his ice fell. I don't know.
Freaking
Um,
the mastodons got unfrozen or thawed out?
I think so.
Or wait, that
Unfrozen
doesn't-
caveman
That makes
lawyer.
any sense, does it?
So Friday night,
I need a fight.
I went running around. I got kicked out of Ridgemar Mall. That was fun for taking photos.
I did not know that that mall's still there.
It is. It's very empty. And security came and removed me from the premises
Because you were taking pictures?
because I was taking pictures of an almost completely abandoned mall. I didn't know that was a big issue. I mean, I've taken pictures of all sorts of shit all over the world. And yeah, for some
Did they
reason,
give
the
you an
Ridgely
explanation?
Mall is worried about their image being put on social media that
'Cause
the
no one
mall
knows
is
about it?
dying.
Like, nobody knows about it, huh?
Nobody, like, that's the thing. And the security guy that stopped me, he's like,
We just
there's
can't
this
have
there's this Instagram called Dead Malls of America or something like that, and people just take pictures and they post stuff up on there. It's like, you're working at a mall that has like 4 stores in it.
And that's not your job, buddy. You're not here for the public image of the mall. You're
Yeah,
You're
you're a
fucking
security
mall
guard,
security,
not
man.
PR.
yeah.
But it was just fucking hilarious and like just. I was trying to use up a bunch of film that I have because I got to test. I got 2 cameras I'm trying to test out, so I was trying to blow through the film. And yeah, you can't take pictures inside Ridgemar Mall apparently because they're afraid of their image and the way they'll look. So, but I did some other stuff. But later that
That's
night,
absurd, man. That's absurd.
I got to preview something.
Mhm. Did you do some voying?
I did a little voying with my eyes. I walked around and did some voying. And there's a building that is located at 1002 South Main Street, a
Mhm.
building you and I have been in quite a few times.
I have been there a few times.
Done quite a few things. It used to be a strip club at one time.
Mhm.
It used to be a gay club called the Copacabana or something like that. The Copacabana or Copa. It was a play on the Copacabana, so it was like Copacabana, something weird. Anyway, and then it became a little place called Mass, Main and South Side. Well, it's about to open up here in a few weeks as the Cicada.
I saw the sign.
The sign is up. Stopped by there on Friday night, walked in, looked around, talked to Tyler about our little agreement we have. We wanted to sit down and talk without the lawyers being involved. You know, they've been meeting for weeks. And
She's down with the brown?
we wanted to make sure everything was cool. We could see
Cool.
eye to eye, without the lawyers being present. And
Got the suits around.
I just want to make the announcement that this podcast, the Jerry Jonestown Massacre, will be the official podcast of the Cicada.
The cicada.
The Cicada. The Cicada.
Cicada.
The new Cicada bar. The inside is rad. She has worked her ass off. Her and John have both worked their ass off. The stage looks great. There's carpet.
Carpet?
The Dreamy Life record area is now a nice carpet area where you can go play darts. There's going to be multiple pool tables. It's going to be very chilled and relaxed, very like hanging out in your living room vibe.
Right.
It's tight.
When did you go?
She's doing good. Friday.
When y'all invite me? I would have gone.
I was just swinging by there. Say, hey.
I might do that tonight. As
It's
I
not open
tour
yet.
DFW.
Oh, you could if she's up there.
Tour Hoth W.
I thought about going downtown tonight and taking some photos and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic, and that's going to make that corner better. Them coming back, the Down and Out bar is the new Down and Out bar is right around the corner, within walking distance. Brick's Barbecue is going to be right there. There is a party looking at the building we were talking about, the the old Tejano club,
Mhm.
and I don't know if they're going to get it or not, but it's going
We're
to make
gonna
that
do the
corner
nude skate
rad.
park is what we were thinking about doing.
A nude skate park. I thought it was nude airsoft
There,
on
it was
skateboards
both.
while drinking heavy liquor.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it all was. A total lawsuit waiting to go.
So is Tyler gonna put up a big old grass hill behind? Like build a hill
So
for
we
us
can
to
sled
slide
down
down it? Sled down it when we're drunk?
I don't know. We need to ask her. Where do we go sledding from here?
Yeah.
Where do we go grass sledding? Anyway, so that's the deal. Over the next few weeks, we're going to do some stuff. Once things get up and going and get steady, the plan is we're going to do a show once a month from the Cicada. And that show will not be streamed. It will be live there. The podcast will
In front
be
of a
available.
live studio audience.
The podcast will be available a few days later, whatever. But it'll be a set, like the first Tuesday of the month or the third Tuesday of the month or whatever. It'll be set like that, and we'll be on stage. We'll have the plan is to have a pretty, hopefully, heavy-hitting guest come in and hang out with us. We interview them and, have a pretty decent show in front of a live studio audience.
Live studio audience.
But you won't be able to watch it. It won't be streamed, so you'll have to be there. That's the point. Come there. Come hang out. We can do this face to face and
we might give out some things
and chill out. And we know a lot of you people that listen to us live down in that area. It's not that far.
We might give some stickers.
What do you mean by you people?
You might get some stickers.
We'll give you a sticker. We'll give you a hug.
We'll give you a free Jeans Day sticker that you can wear to your shitty job the next day.
And this is the one night a month that Matt will sign anything you put in front of him. Like
I will.
He'll just be like, "Yeah, here's my signature."
No
man.
problem giving
Here's my
autographs.
Here's my autograph. Here you go. Here's my
Yep.
autograph. It'll be worth.
Till my hand starts
Yeah.
cramping up.
So we'll be at the that's one thing, and then hopefully the other plan is like once a quarter, we're gonna have bands on. We're still gonna be interviewing bands. We're just gonna be doing stuff, but I would like that once a quarter we're gonna have a show there, a JJTM Presents show there, and hopefully will be like the lineup will consist of the bands maybe we've had within that quarter that have come in and hung out. So within that 3-month time period. So, we'll see. We'll see how this rolls. But the doors are getting ready to open.
When are they projecting to open?
In the next couple of weeks, there will probably be a soft opening. That'll be like a secret hush hush soft opening, and then it'll be
before the hard opening.
before the hard opening, before the warm front,
The
the high
erect.
pressure system sets in, and Troy Duncan.
So they're gonna
shows
have
up.
a flaccid opening.
Can we get him down there, Troy Duncan? Will you please come to the Cicada
To the flaccid
and
opening or
do
the
a-
hard opening? The blood filled
once it's hard.
hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
We want to talk siding with you, Troy Aikman, or not Troy Duncan.
He does the bricks,
Yeah.
or he used to. Now he does the beer.
Yeah. Speaking of Troy Aikman,
Hey guys.
peace out, Kellen Moore.
Yes,
How you feel about that?
I love it.
I
And didn't they keep Dan Quinn too? Didn't they come out and say Dan Quinn's staying?
yeah.
I like that too. That means you got two solid football coaches that are staying in the organization.
He ran to the Rams fast. Kellen Moore. He must have known he was on his way out. Like they were done. They were tired of him. Right?
I've never understood why he's given so much clout when he's literally done nothing.
I was looking at him the other day. Were you here when I said if you look up in the dictionary and you look up the word doofus, it's his face?
Yeah, he definitely has a doofus face.
He looks like a doofus.
He's a mouth breather for sure.
Yeah, he's got to.
I'm glad.
Every time you see him, it's just his mouth open like this.
I'm telling you, this playoff, this dropping of the balls, or not dropping of the ball, this kick to the balls. I said
Need
it
some
weird.
change
Yeah,
up,
man.
man.
It deserves change up. Everybody's pissed. Nobody even wants to fucking talk about him. Like every time I hear, the Freak or the Ticket, any of these stations that will go into some sports every once in a while, everybody just sounds beat down. Like they're like fucking just glad it's over with and just got a terrible taste in their mouth. They're like, I'm so fucking sick of this shit.
Done. I told you. Now, if you get Zeke out of here, I'd be way happier. I mean, I don't think you can get Dak. You can't get either one of them out of here. What am I saying? We're stuck with them. We're cursed.
So he,
I mean, if we get Zeke out of here, Dak will hurt himself next year, and then we'll.
right. McCarthy is
That's
going to
what
do play calling now.
That's what they're saying. We'll see. Till someone else raises their hand and goes, "Hey, I'll come work for you guys."
With Sean Payton.
Never know.
I don't know. They are set up nice on coaching staffs if they leave the guys in place. Keep Quinn, keep McCarthy, and keep doing what you're doing. Let McCarthy get comfortable and let him do his thing. They got to fire the GM, Jerry, first. Jerry's got to fire Jerry. What do they always say on the sports shows? There's always that one asshole that calls
Jerry
in.
the GM.
Jerry the GM.
Wait, Jerry the owner needs to fire Jerry the GM.
Yeah.
That's the way they always say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like
Stupid.
Bud Light and Jaeger?
Yeah. Bud Light and Jaeger.
Yeah.
Get this goddamn.
But once again, if everybody, if he would step out of the way.
Confirmed today. I didn't see that. Thanks, Doug. Sean is going to Denver.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome for Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it keeps him out of the NFC.
That'll make Lewis Hamilton happy.
Keeps him out of the NFC, too. So you got to love that. We don't have to deal with his ass.
Yeah, we don't.
Confirmed, huh?
First round pick this year and second round next year.
Have they always thrown in picks and stuff to coach deals? Is that a new thing?
That's the first time I've heard of that, right? That's weird.
I remember when they were talking about another coach coming back, there was some pick talk.
Does any of that
back
have
in
to
the
deal when he
day.
got in trouble?
For the cheating stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Does any of that relay back to that? I don't know. I've blocked the whole New Orleans shit out of my mind because the Saints make me crazy. He's under contract for 2 years. See, Doug needs to be the producer of the show and just come in here and sit down and give us fucking information. He's giving us more information here than the internet, than Google has.
Yeah.
He's better than Google.
He should start a cowboy podcast show. Well, yeah, I think it's a good move, man.
I think so,
it's
too.
a good move.
You see other sports news today?
Was there sports news today?
Yeah.
What happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be able to see this if you're streaming us, so this is just for Matt's benefit. But welcome your 2023.
Oh, I saw that this morning. Yeah,
Formula One.
Yeah,
car. What do you think of that?
I think it's sharp.
I like that. I like the way it looks. Looks like they came down with the halos a little lower, a little more streamlined, not so bright. And this engine cover in the back's a little different. The way things are going here. I don't know. That body looks badass.
And an American driver.
Really, really. Yep.
We have one of ours in the competition starting in March.
Good old American boy.
What's that dude's name again? I always forget. Just look it up, man.
Don Juan Dondingo.
Don Juan Dondingo, man. That dude, he's going to be a good NASCAR driver representing the U.S. for Haas.
Their little setup, their livery's pretty decent. That's a good look. Almost opposite of last year. It's mirror,
very sleek.
Mirror image. Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. Everything looks very, very, very nice and sleek. And did you see the deal that this year every driver will have a camera inside their helmet?
Yeah, I meant to text you back when you sent that over how badass
That's pretty
that would
badass that is. And
It's pretty badass.
Yeah. They showed them driving and then a pitch stop and doing all sorts of stuff.
Right. That will be cool.
On a test run.
That's pretty cool.
Me and
I'm surprised they hadn't done that before.
Me and Tim were talking. Cousin Tim, or my brother-in-law Tim, not cousin Tim, brother-in-law Tim. We're talking about how I don't think there's any other sport that has a better video setup. Period. NASCAR maybe, because NASCAR does some pretty weird and crazy stuff, like having those little bitty nipples that sit.
Oh, that's
on
right.
the track as the car
gopher,
the little gopher cameras.
hideouts, yeah.
But at Formula One, man, the stuff you can see and how you can, if you're, which I may have subscribed to, where you can pull up just every driver and watch whoever you want, do whatever they want.
It's the wave of the future.
It's so awesome. So great. So great. So great. But
March can't get here quick enough.
Friday we have Red Bulls, and then
Looking forward to that too.
God damn it! I just had it pulled up. So you got
Angie's. I know. Is Ford working? Which one is Ford working with?
I don't know who Ford works. Chevy's working with.
Oh, I thought it was Ford
or
was working
Cadillac
with one
GM's
of the.
working with the Andretti, and they're trying to get in, and everybody's pissed off about it.
Oh, I thought Ford was working on some engines this year in F1.
I don't know.
Maybe I heard wrong. Maybe I heard wrong.
Red Bull is Friday. Then Monday is Williams. Tuesday's Alfa Romeo.
When's Ferrari?
Ferrari will not be until February 14th.
Valentine's Day. Valentino
They're getting
Day.
it. There you go. Here's
Dia
my
de
love.
Valentino.
And Mercedes is last on the 15th.
Oh,
Look at me. I'm Mercedes. Look at me. I'm Toto Wolff. Take me out.
I'm ready for Lewis Hamilton to leave that team
Why? They're
because
great.
of his
They're great.
teammate.
Oh, Doofus face?
Yeah, pretty boy. Yeah, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore Doofus face?
Yeah, Kellen Moore doofus face.
I go back and forth on my respect for him, though.
He's just so emotional. It's like, dude, calm down, man.
But then he seems like a fun, cool guy to
I
hang
need a
out with,
moment. That's
even
what
though he
seems
looks
like.
weird.
He does look weird. He looks like someone that would be in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like he's
He's an incest Cersei baby?
right.
I didn't think about that, but I think you're onto something.
What's his name? Why is his name escaping me so bad? Is it what's his name?
Russell?
Russell, yeah.
George Russell?
George Russell. And he has such a British name. You don't get much more British name than that, do you?
Well, I mean, most Brits.
George Russell.
There's been a whole theory of how,
That sounded
like,
Irish, didn't it?
70% of the island is.
Georges and Russells.
Well, they're all
Russells,
products
Russells.
of inbred royalty.
Sir. You got to go overseas for that, I guess.
They are overseas.
Right.
But like half the English population was created from inbred royalty. So it carries to their bloodline.
That's why they have Kellen Moore look
And the women have big jugs.
and bad teeth.
There you go. There you go.
Sounds like a party.
And tiny knobs.
Whoa.
As we're being broadcast over there. Maybe some of our fans over there can tell us if that's true or
When
not.
we're getting a paycheck from the government.
Yeah. When does the BBC give us a paycheck? So I got to ask you about something.
Go ahead, man. I'll allow it.
If this ever happens to me, I need you to point it out immediately. So that way, you know how, like, when we're listening to No Agenda and Adam or John they'll say something, they'll call the other one out, like, you're saying that too much, or you're using that phrase or that wording too much.
You got something that you've discovered?
So I stuck in the office yesterday.
And you listen to some of the shows?
No, I'm listening to my coworkers.
Oh.
And we got a fairly new coworker that I didn't put it all together until yesterday when you're around him a whole lot and he's telling a whole bunch of his stories, his war stories, because he finally has time to do it, where the conversation goes something like this. I was driving down the road this morning and the highway is slick, you know what I mean? And there were cars
Know what I mean?
everywhere, and the cars were just sliding. I was trying to dodge cars, you know what I mean? And
You know what I mean, Vern?
Then I had to get off the highway. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean, Vern?
You know what I'm saying? It's those two, like these crutch phrases that end every thought.
Right. I had a problem for a good 6 months, it seemed like, of saying yeah too much on our show. And I was discovering that it was becoming my crutch.
But that didn't bother me. Like saying a full line of, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I
saying
know
that?
what
I'm
you're
saying
you're
that?
speaking to me in the same language. We're both speaking American. And I understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying. And Sarah Palin would love it that we're both speaking American to each other.
If we're being honest, the most annoying tribute to language or not tribute, contribution to language that millennials have had is these people that are supposed to be media, like professionals, like remember I went through a like time too.
Yeah, but you're
still fall
comparing
back
it
into that.
like, you're saying it like you.
When they
meant to be
start
used.
sentences like this. Yeah, so okay, and here's what we got here. We're gonna do. You don't need to say that. Everything, that whole little crutch that you had to get jump started, you could just start the thought. You don't have to go. Yeah, so okay, yeah.
I had a problem with. I had a problem with that.
It drives me nuts. And all these people
starting
are
my
professional.
text with so, comma, blah blah blah
That
blah blah blah.
text is different though. You can do that. I won't be offended with that in text. But when you hear a professional that's on CNN go, yeah, so okay, what we're gonna do here, it all started from that evil place called public radio or PBS, public broadcasting.
So yeah, okay.
So
we're going
yeah,
to
hey,
talk
like you had
about-
these professionals get on there and talk about COVID, and they would start the sentence with on a serious subject with,
it's
yeah, so
all-
okay, yeah, so what we,
It's all
like-
NPR is that way though, because when they're
it drives me nuts.
so yeah, okay, we're gonna move on now. We're gonna talk about what COVID has done into the society, and
It drives me nuts, and it's so improper. Another thing is when every female in America decided to start literally saying literally for literally every literal thing they literally say. It's like
That's a big crutch phrase
Stop.
that drives me crazy. Yeah.
you don't have to say literal.
You don't.
We take you literal by the way you're stating making the statement.
Yeah.
We believe that you're in literal world.
Have I
Literally.
said any? People that listen to the show, we got a chat room full of people that listen all the time. Have I said any? I can't think of it. Like, and I know I did so for a while.
I
wonder
can't
if
think
I've
of
done
any,
anything.
but we all go through them, and we
I think
kind of
it- I think you do
approach
phase
it
it.
the same as the no agenda way, where you said it again. Like I do it more to myself than anything. It's hard.
I know
Crutches are fun.
Just the guy I work with was just like, oh my god,
You know what I mean? You know what I
You
mean?
know what I mean? Know what I mean? And then I had another coworker that would tell you something like his entire phrase when he told you something, and I'm trying to think of a way to do this. It would be like, and this is a short way to do it. He's like, oh man, it's snowing outside. Outside it's snowing.
Amazing. It's snowing.
And
That's
it's
all
like,
you got to say.
That's all. He would say the phrase one way and then like reverse it or
To make
just
sure you got the point.
change the words up, and it would all be in one phrase to you.
Let me
And
ask
it's
you
like,
this.
That was weird. Like, did you sleep too close to the microwave as a kid? Like everything you say, you do it
Go
that
under
way.
power lines, man.
And it was very odd. And I asked him one day, I was like, you do that? And he goes, oh yeah, it's just part of the way I do it.
A new one. Have you run into the better guy? The bet? Yeah, man, bet. Bit.
No, I haven't read it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know what that means.
It's basically an agreement. You're like, oh yeah,
Bet.
cool, man, cool. Yeah, it's the new way of saying cool. You go bet.
If anybody did that to me, I'd be like, what are the odds?
Well, the first time I heard a kid say this several times, I was like, oh, he's pretty intense on the spectrum, maybe. Like something like
Over
that.
under?
Something's going under. Something's going under. Something was going on. I thought maybe Tourette's or something. Then I heard another guy around the same age spouting off bet after every single thing he said. So watch out for the better man. The better man,
Is that short for something?
no idea where it came from. Maybe Post Malone did it or something.
Bet.
Yeah,
Bet.
bet.
Yeah, no. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, what are the odds? Or over under? What are we
doing
taking?
here?
A parlay? What are we doing?
Bet. And throw some dice?
There's one.
Someone throw
I
a
heard-
bet out there?
I heard someone say bet at least 10 times.
It's amazing.
Bet.
Bet. Yeah, bet, man, bet.
I'm going to change
Bet,
bet
dude.
to cowboy.
Bet. Cowboy?
Yeah, I'm going to just be cowboy.
We do.
Cowboy.
We have crutches every once in a while that we utilize in a
Cowboy.
funny way, though.
Cowboy.
You cowboying up? Cowboy, man. Cowboy.
Are they trying to
boots,
use bet as
cowboys.
a like?
It's an agreement.
There's only one word.
Term of agreement,
but
I think.
that's all it is. It's not.
Gotcha.
They're not trying to use it
You
as
got it, man.
a word for everything.
10-4. Cool. That.
How many words are there? How many words in the English language are a word that can mean anything? The only one I can think of is like fuck. You can use it anywhere for anything. You know, as a verb, adverb. But there's that whole thing that tells you about using the word in different sentences and what it means, or you know,
Or a Nicolas Cage series about where
the swear words.
yeah. He needs
But-
to do all English.
Is there any other word that can just fit anywhere and be a
Yeah.
noun, verb, adjective, adverb?
Yeah, there is.
What?
There sure is, man.
Anus.
Try to relax your anus.
That's better than bet.
This week, I dare you, and you got to roll tape on it so we can play it on the show. If you're talking to someone, you just got to be like, anus. Anus. Yeah. No,
anus,
man. That's
anus. Anus, dude.
Anus.
That's an anus, man.
Anus.
I bet I could pull that off for a
I
week.
couldn't. Everybody would be all over me immediately.
Like, what are you saying?
They'd be
Anus,
like,
man.
What are you doing? That's anus.
Anus, man.
Anus.
Well, you couldn't do it inside. You'd have to do it somewhere else, like out and about. You can't just come with, like,
So if I go to QT later,
you-
and
that's how you got to start
the
it.
guy gives him
is
the
that.
change, I'll
Anus,
just be like,
man.
anus, man. And he'll be like,
Anus.
What? Anus?
Remember when the ticket got everybody saying the onus?
The onus
Like
is on
it-
you. The anus.
All of a sudden, I loved it when they would discover great
Onus,
words and just
yes.
roll with it for 6 months at a time. So everybody's the anus,
Anus? The anus.
the onus.
The onus? The anus.
Didn't one of the Ranger broadcasters work it in a few
Yeah.
times just for them?
Yeah.
Golly, man, the ticket used to be so good.
Did God, it's early in the day and I'm already yawning like I do normally. What's his name? He did it too. Joe Buck. And Troy
Yeah, he
Aikman
did.
worked it in. They
Gordo, something like didn't
uh,
Gordo give him something?
no, he did anus for onus.
Oh, he
just
did?
for the hell of it, yeah.
The anus is on
Or
him.
he said the anus.
Anus.
Yeah. Try and relax the anus.
Try to relax your anus.
That needs to be loaded.
It needs to be.
Loaded like a freight train.
What else? How long have we
like
been
an
going over this?
airplane. I don't know. I'm all thrown off. I'm thinking like we've gone long, but we started at
haven't-
4.
Yeah, we started at
Or,
4:40. and it's
4:40.
5:55. So we got a little over an hour.
Crutch phrases, though, back to that. It's terrible. I can't. Some of them, the bet one is the most recent one that I found, but I've run into, you know what I mean, man? You know what I'm saying, man? Throughout my whole life.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Or he's from up north, so it's not, you know what I mean? It's always, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's what you do.
You want to be in America? Let's speak American.
This is kind of like that. You just look at them and say, if you say, you know what I mean, one more time, I'm going to shoot you.
Or what if I just go, huh? Like I
No,
like,
know what you mean. What?
were you just speaking English words to me?
Just
What?
go literal, man?
Be like, what language are you speaking?
Yeah, just be literal, man, when you're at work. Like when someone says bet, go, well, let me get my wallet.
Yeah, how much?
What are we betting on?
What are we putting it on?
Yeah. Or someone's like, shit.
The
Go,
horse is
right
running?
now?
Yeah.
Here? I don't think that'd be appropriate.
That's what my favorite thing is, especially around the house, when Jesus is said. Jesus,
Jesus.
where
Behind the couch.
is he here?
Or when they say, have you heard when people are trying to not say the Lord's name in vain and they say cheese and crackers or cheese and, they say they'll replace it like cheese and crackers or something like that.
I've heard people use G's, and I'm like,
Cheese.
you know what? That's a shortening of, right?
Right.
It's a shortening of Jesus. So you're saying the same thing. It means the same thing. No, it doesn't.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You go back and you play with your Smurfs, you demon.
Was that at Vacation Bible School? Go back over there and play with your Smurfs, you demon.
We don't let Smurfs come into my house because they're demons.
You heathen demon.
Because it was the same urban legend story that everybody heard. Some kid had Smurf dolls, and the mom woke up and saw the Smurf dolls walking around the house doing things.
Oh, man.
And so they were demonized. Those were demons.
Did you hear about that lady that killed all her kids and like tried to jump out of her like second story to kill herself, and she survived?
Because of Smurfs?
I don't know what she did it for, but I think they said it was postpartum. But hey, you know what? I got a hot sports opinion on postpartum, ladies. Y'all
Get
ready
over
for this?
it.
I've been depressed before. We've all been there, right? Right? We've all been depressed.
We all have.
Depression sucks, but I've
Yeah.
never fucking thought about killing 3 of my own born that came out of my vagina and then jumping out of
That's weird.
a window that's on the second story and trying to in hopes to break my neck. I think we shouldn't call it that. I don't think we should say, "Oh, she had postpartum depression." No, the bitch was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Is it okay that we say that?
When can we get back
If you
to...
kill your kids, you're a bitch. I don't care.
I don't care either. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
One of them was an
You're right.
infant.
You're right. What about this
Or-
guy, the weirdo guy, this Murdoch guy or whatever that killed his wife and kid? And
And
like,
why do I give a fuck? Like, I just want that story to go away.
Yeah.
Just wasn't he a lawyer or something? Or
He was a powerful dude, and
his son
like-
was involved in a boat accident?
like,
and-
why do we have to keep going on all of this when y'all brought up his Google search history and it was all about how to dispose of bodies and how do you
It's
what
because
eats away a body and all this stuff?
look over here, because this man here is about to start a world war. That's what it is. We had tanks last week that are getting shipped out. So look over here, shiny object.
You see what he said today?
And now we're trying to give them F-16s.
They're not sending the F-16s over.
They shouldn't send them tanks.
They shouldn't. Well, they should because they're old Bradleys and they're just pieces of shit. And we need to get rid of our old
It's not the.
military equipment so that way we can build new military equipment and spend more money on it.
It's what it
And
is.
the military industrial complex can just get rich and all these. I don't give a shit. Everybody says Republicans are all over the military industrial complex. No, it's both sides. They
For
both give
sure.
money to both of it or to it. They're both sides are warmongers. And
War means money.
yep. They want this to keep going and that we need to get rid of all this old shit so that we can have new, shiny, cool shit
That kills people.
that kills people.
You're right, man.
I was watching that that new version of All Quiet on the Western Front and just how war is dumb. Like it really is stupid.
Space is gay and war is dumb.
Like I don't want to go out on a limb here and hang out by myself, but war is dumb. Like you think about these kids that are just and that movie really brings it out was like, these are the Germans and they're getting their ass beat by the French to the point to where they're just like, we have to surrender. So we're going to surrender. The end of World War I was 11/11 on 11/11 or whatever. But like, it was just stupid, brutal. It just makes no sense. And now we've got these machines that are, I mean, they're built to kill. That's all they are. But they're just ridiculous. And
They're
how
little AR-15s.
insane- How insane it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
An AR-15 is a war machine.
it is. It is.
I know exactly what you're
it's
saying.
fully auto and all this.
And it's funny that
I would never
we're
use
not,
my AR to actually go to war and shoot someone.
nobody's talking about how Russia's handling this at all and how they're just signing any or making any kid go and get killed. They're just throwing bodies at a war.
There
That's
are-
all they want to do is just like that's what Russians do, like that podcast
Yeah.
said.
If you get on Reddit, you can find videos, or you don't have to find them. You just see them because people are posting them or talking about them. Like of people having their legs broken on purpose,
So they don't have to go.
serve, or droves of young men
Just
leaving,
deserting.
and going on vacation to Mexico, so that way they don't ever have to, and just disappearing.
And unfortunately, Russia knows that, and they're just like, well, grab another 7,000 kids that these deserters
Well, and that's
that
the
we
thing.
can replace these deserters with.
That's the thing that was said on that podcast with that guy, and it's a thing that
Throw
Russia
bodies
has
at
always
it.
done.
Throw bodies at
Russia doesn't care. They don't need technology. They don't need badass weaponry. They just toss as many bodies as they can at it because they've got them. So you just keep tossing and keep tossing. I mean, that's what Stalingrad was, and
I wonder
it's
how
ridiculous.
many. So back to the military complex, the industrial complex with the military. I wonder how many people, American soldiers have been killed just because of a business deal.
Oh, a lot.
You think it's over like 5 million?
I mean, what do you think Benghazi was?
Oh, how about
That was a big business deal.
how about
technically speaking?
us hanging around Afghanistan for 20 fucking years
No, that's so the
after we saw the Soviets do it?
yeah, because poppies are great over there, and we needed control of the heroin distribute. I mean, all that's coming out. And no one just gives a shit about it. There's all these books and all this stuff being
Or how
written
about
about
the-
Afghanistan and why we were there and what was going on. Go back and watch Generation Kill. When all those guys were like, we're rolling
ripped
in,
fuel and
we're rolling into
Ripped
Baghdad,
fuel
and
in
all of them are just looking at
Copenhagen.
each other like,
yeah.
why are we here? Why are
This
we
is
doing?
stupid.
What's going on?
Mhm.
Why? What is this?
I don't know.
What was the point of all of this?
War has always sucked, and as long as you have people that are that are elites that are trying to get as much power as they possibly can. By the way, Gates is not looking good lately. Like the scummy Gates is starting to rear his head.
Bill Gates?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see him getting extra personal about the Epstein stuff. Like, hey, because his wife's coming out saying.
Well, his ex-wife.
That's what his ex-wife is saying, that she was so repulsed. Like, she's using that. She's either playing a card or it's not a card that she's.
No,
it's just
she
reality.
said that was part of what led to their divorce too.
Yeah,
Was him running
that's going
around
to be
with
fun to
Epstein.
watch. Is the meltdown of Gates. Asshole! I'm not eating any bugs. Fuck's wrong with you, man?
The sooner he can die, the better off we'll be. Him and Soros.
and the other cat.
Which Soros should die any day now, right?
The other cat, the WEF guy, Klaus.
Klaus Schwab.
But does that okay? That's
How
the
old
thing
is
that's so
he?
funny. You're supposed to learn from your history, right? That's what your history teachers say. Hey, study history so you can make better decisions as a civilization in the future, right? So, how come Klaus Schwab hadn't just all of a sudden, like some Black Ops SEAL team negative 666 goes in and just kill streaks them? Why? If we're supposed to learn our lessons, you have a blatant lesson going on at Davos 2 weeks ago.
Should we start our own?
What?
Our own Black Ops group.
I think a lot of our friends have on Xbox.
We start our own our own.
But it's
Black
like
Ops group. We don't
it's
talk
because
about
it's because
and-
it doesn't matter if you learn from history. The fact that humans are evil and are going to try to make as much money and get as much control and much power as they possibly can. That's why they want that. That's why they want you to believe that we are capable of producing a utopic society. No, we are not. That is false. There will never be a utopic society.
There will never be a one world government. There will never
Utopia will
be
never
a-
exist.
A universal income.
Right.
There will never be any of this. All this stuff is pipe dreams that sound good and look good on paper. It never will happen
It's
because
stuff
you
that the
have
elites
people
put
like
out
this.
there. The
Well,
elites want you to believe that
you
there's some
have
kind
the
of carrot
elites
of
putting that out there.
utopia.
But it's completely opposite of what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they want power. They want control. They want to tell us what to do, how to act, what we can say.
I mean, Bill Gates thinks he's a fucking doctor now, a PhD scientist and doctor now. And the guy had other people put together a fucking computer in a garage.
Yeah. No, it's insane. Can you imagine being black right now? Every time you turn the news on, there's some
I'd get in
fucking
trouble.
white lady that's 30 years old telling black people how they need to feel and why they need to feel this way.
That is very weird.
Some of my friends have been like, you have no idea how fucking annoyed we are as a community, like especially black males. They're like, this is fucking insane.
Well, it doesn't help relations either.
It doesn't at all. It
At all.
inflames it.
Everything. I think everything's falling apart over there. But that's also part of the agenda is they don't
Separate
want
us.
people to get along
That's right.
And that's things we've talked about with our friends. Like, they're all like, I know you guys are cool. We're cool. We both live in this area and we both, we all do cool things and stuff. We get along locally, screw what they say nationally or what they try to do. You gotta know each other, and get to know each
know
other
your
and
community.
spend
Yeah.
time
No-
knowing to each other and helping
build-
each other out in your own community and don't worry about what these doofus Davos guys and WEF guys
The
and
news,
the Bohemian Grove
Fox News, and all that. Don't listen.
little
Man,
shit.
you're all you're doing is filling your head with clouds, man, and just making things murky. It's just remember when I told you about that Australian dude that in Cabo was like, so you got black friends? And I was like, yeah, I got a shit ton of black friends. Why? That's a weird thing to ask. He was like, well, what's it like now? With this was either right after George Floyd or right around that same time period, like 2018 to 2020, I think is when I went. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, and I said, dude, honestly, we don't. It's all bullshit. We don't. I
We
go
don't
to
sit
eat-
around and talk about that.
We don't sit around and talk about it.
We
goof
both hate
off.
cops. Period.
We kick each other in the nuts all the
Yeah.
time. We make fun of each other just because we're bros, and we don't ever fucking sit down and talk about this.
Yeah.
And it's like they're almost surprised. I'm like, it's not what you think. What everybody wants everyone in the world to think that we're at each other's throats. White people, black people, we're just fucking in this on the verge of a racial war. No, we're not. Stop telling everybody we are. We're not even fucking close, man.
No.
And as long as people stop listening to that shit and start just building their expectations on experiences that you've had in the past and how you've grown and learned to like this dude that's just your buddy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't give a shit that he's trans. You don't give a shit if he's gay. You don't give a shit what he is. He's fucking funny.
He's a cool
and
dude to hang
we
out
like
with.
hanging out with him. He makes me laugh, and I make him laugh, and we enjoy each other's company.
And every once in a while, he'll touch my penis.
And
No? Yeah.
you can drink his lemonade.
Sweet,
sometimes.
sweet lemonade.
Anyway, I don't know why we got down going that, but anyway,
No,
it's
it
the
was just
Davos
what
and all that. It's like
media does to you and
the fear
what
factor.
they want to make you feel and how they want you to make you feel.
Be scared all the time. Fox 4
Drip, drip, lemonade.
News.
Round the corner, fudge is made. I think that's the way it goes. Drip,
Oh,
drip,
man.
lemonade. Round the corner, fudge is made.
Is that like there's a place in France where
Where
the
the girls
naked
always-
ladies dance?
Oh,
There's a
mine
hole
was
in
where
the
the
wall
girls
where the
wear no
men can
pants.
see it all.
And the women don't care because they don't wear underwear.
Every time someone's saying that, I was like, man, is there a place in France that there's a hole in the wall and I can see
I need to go there.
all these naked ladies?
Yeah, just want to go. Want to go watch naked ladies. We had a crazy road rage attack. We've had several here lately, and they're starting to kind of creep me out. We had one on Friday night when I was over there at the Cicada. It happened on just a block away on Magnolia. Road rage. Shot a guy 3 times. The guy pulled into the QT at Rosedale and Hemp Hill. Got medical assistance. I don't know if he lived or not. I didn't see any more stories about it, but man, these road rage incidents are getting out of control.
Yeah, for sure. It's
I just let idiots
and it's
do whatever.
and it's Texas, North Texas. Like, we've had a huge increase in road rage. It's not worth it, man. I mean, it's so hard to say. It's easy to say, hard to do. Someone cuts you off, just fucking smile and keep listening to Tool.
The only I had to use my horn the other day because a lady nearly hit me. Like, she came over and just didn't see me, And then she whipped back over and sped up and then got over. And then she waved. And I was like, okay.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like
was
I
like,
try to
"Cool,
do
we're
that
cool."
when I know I fucked
She's like,
someone
"You know,
over
I'm
somehow.
sorry."
I try to do that.
Yeah.
But the whole you're lane splitting, so I got to be a dick to you, even though I'm not a fan of Motorcycle Mike, never have been. But it's not. It doesn't bug me to the point where I would ever put someone's life in danger and like scoot over real quick, especially if I had kids in the car. And I think people, if they could, I wanted to do a paper one time in college about the psychology of driving, because I would see my mom would do it. My mom would just turn into a different person when we'd be on the way to school, and I'd be like, "Who? What?" It's like all of a sudden she got possessed by, Leviathan out of nowhere. She's like, "I'll slit your fucking throat and piss on your loan, you motherfucker! You learn to put a turn signal on." I'm like, "Mom, just want to go to school.
We just
Just want to get to school."
Yeah, we're in the school zone. And it's backed up. It's okay. Let the guy in.
And I saw something funny. It's getting back to driving and road rage and stuff that's really freaked me out, because I'm going to be honest, I'm guilty of this. And it was some meme that was like, "Hey, when you drive recklessly with someone that you love in the car, and you're doing it because you're in a fight and you're angry, that's abuse. That's a form of abuse. That's mental abuse." And I sat back and I thought about it. I was like, fuck, I've done that like 3 or 4 times. I've done that with with my girls, my daughters. I've done that with my ex-wife, my girlfriends. I was like, dude, that's a part of my life that I need to change, because that's abusive.
I don't think I've ever done that. But what if you angrily speed off from a location?
I mean, if you're
'Cause you
doing
got in
it
a
for
fight here.
safety, that's
No.
okay.
Like you get into an argument here, and I run out to the car, and I just
Storm
burn
off.
rubber.
That's what they're saying.
That's abuse, but no one's in the car with me. It's just me.
No, that's not. You're abusing yourself, I guess, in a way.
Okay.
But I think what they say is like, what I think
I'm into S&M.
the meme was more of like, don't think that driving like a maniac because you're pissed off, that the Cowboys didn't win, and that, I don't know, your lady didn't get the right kind of salad dressing when she went to Whataburger or something, that you driving around like a reckless maniac is not a form of abuse, because it is. And
Well, she hasn't offered
I
you a
agree with
hinge
it
in
too.
like a year.
A hinge?
Yeah, in like a year.
That's when you go next door and just do the kid stuff with them. Like, hey, Bill, hey, Bob.
It's just kid stuff.
Just kid stuff.
It's just
You get a friend, one of those happy friends to help you out, guys. Those
kinda-
happy-handed guys.
Yeah. Okay, if it's just kid stuff,
I mean, he said it was just kid stuff.
we're all getting along here, right? It's all good. It's all good.
Lemonade, sweet lemonade.
Sweet, sweet lemonade.
But road rage is a big problem.
It is a big problem. It is.
And I don't know really how to. I mean, it's only going to get worse, because as Texans, we're buying 55 guns a day per person, probably. I'm joking, but
We are. I
I'm
need
sure
to
it's not.
catch up.
I'm sure it's up there. Oh, you need to catch up. Interesting. I got these weird black Tahoes driving around every time I leave here now, following me.
I gotta build the bunker out. Gotta make sure I have everything. I watched a little tour of the Beretta factory today and was like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah,
Where they build everything by hand.
is that in Illinois? Oh, that's
in
Springfield,
Italy.
isn't it? Oh yeah, that's right.
Outside of Milan? And
Where's Sig? Sig's up
was-
in Connecticut.
Yeah, I think so. Did you know your gun was the most popular gun bought last year? The number 1.
I saw a guy that posted on Reddit that he's like, "Is this bad? I just had my first gun jam on it, and the same gun, the P 365 XL, right?"
Yeah.
And he said, "I put like 7,000 rounds to it," and everybody's like, "What? That's like amazing." Like
and
for
it
any
just
gun,
jammed.
and it just jammed. You've had one ejection malfunction,
7,000 rounds.
and you've put
He's
in like
gotta be a
7,000
smartass,
rounds.
right?
No, you
He's
should have seen
trolling.
everybody's comments. Like, what are you? No, it was
Are
a
you
picture and
trolling?
everything. It was like
Oh,
the first jam in 7,000 rounds or something. Everybody's like, "I'd say that's a badass gun." And-
Yeah.
But he was all about to take it back.
Guys, I shot 7,000 rounds to this and it jammed. No, that's good.
That means you have a good gun.
Yeah, everything's okay. Don't worry about it.
I like to see someone take a gun back to the gun shop saying, "Yeah, I'm putting about even just 2,000 rounds through it and it
You know,
jammed."
you warm it up with 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Nearly called you on Sunday and been like, "Let's go to the range.
I was thinking it too. You should have.
Let's go to the range.
You should have, because I was definitely thinking. I went to church, man.
I need to let out.
I went to church.
aggression."
This is like, I've
What?
gone to church this year. I think more than I have in 30,
What?
and it's right down the street.
What's happening?
I don't know. This preacher dude's pretty cool, and I don't mind listening to him because he seems like he's only doing it. He's what do you call it? Someone that I think is in it for just because he's interested in religion and God and the Bible and all that more than I'm in it to make a living and make money. I think he just enjoys history, the Bible, and all of it, and so I can listen to him a lot. And he makes some good points and stuff. But we were leaving, and it's right there it's Oasis, right at by the catty corner to the QT over in Haltom City. What?
Do they close every sermon with "Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna"? And you're like,
I don't know.
It's a Man City crowd, yay! You relate it all.
I would love that, but I've been thinking we'll be driving, and I'm like, man, I can't take this guitar player. Like the contemporary Christian or religious music is terrible. It's like they try to do this kind of shoegaze thing, and they combine it with praise and worship, and it's just not. I go if I want to hear church music, I want to hear like the old Rugged Cross or Amazing Grace, like things that are old school, like Forrest Gump in the choir, like clapping
You don't
hands.
wanna
I
hear-
like that. I don't
You
want
don't
to
wanna
hear.
talk.
I don't want to hear "Touch my hand, God," and then all this fake terrible shoegaze. Like, you know how someone says they're going to start a shoegaze band, but they haven't done and gotten the right pedals, and they're running it through like a Val State amp, and they just like a spider.
They've
They're
got
doing
old Dan Electric pedals, and they're
right.
like,
There's no amp anywhere to be found with a tube on
I
stage.
have the Swiss cheese
Exactly.
pedal, and you're like, well, okay. And the tuna melt, you're like,
Yeah.
that's just a tuner.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna write it into our TV show or our show that we're gonna start, our comedy at some point, and that's gonna be you and I, because more than likely you and I are probably gonna be the main characters in the movie or the TV show, right? The owners.
Are we
right?
going to go to a funeral where
No,
a
but-
church band is playing?
No, but we're gonna go take our gear and say, look, dude, you've got to you. I can't hear one damn note you're playing on that guitar. You know,
Mhm.
here, play on this. Put a JCM 900 and a Marshall combo, or just a stack of, and you bring your rig in, and you're like, okay, listen, you need to be the loudest in this auditorium when you play next Sunday. Like, I want you know how
foundations.
you know how you're supposed to put those knobs up there on an amp, dime them, put them all down, and the bass player's going to do the same. I need to hear you. Everyone in this auditorium, church auditorium, needs to hear that fucking metal ass guitar. And then, okay, that's what the episode's going to be about. And you're going to kind of do the same thing,
Oh.
of like how we just completely destroy a church because of
I know a
sound,
church bassist that
how
plays
annoyed
their
we are with
dark
sound.
glass every s-
If you
every
took that,
service he
okay,
plays.
it's not as bad of the bass player. Okay, that's not the guy that's bugging me the most.
it's the guitar player.
Yeah, it's he's sitting there noodling around and you can't hear anything. And first of all, he's playing on my practice guitar.
So
like
I
a
know we have a few.
squire.
I don't want to offend the few friends we have that actually play in church bands, but because I know these guys are very well and they haven't given up on music.
Well, that's what the lady
think-
says.
But
Why
it
don't you
seems like a
do
lot
it?
of the people in the church bands like have been like,
We're never in a real band.
I've given up on music, so I'm just going to do this.
No, that's not what this is. This is a guy that has never. I know what you're talking about. We do have some friends that love music so much that they will even get up and play it at their wife's church on Sunday mornings just because they like playing.
Yeah.
We have a lot of friends like that. And that's the first thing she said. She was like, well, okay, Matt, if you're just going to bitch about their sound and guitar tone, and you think Dustin could just reel his little his amp in, his guitar amp in there and make it sound way better, why don't you do it? And I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, there's got to be some want.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can play that style of music.
This guy has he has an effects. You remember how Johnson used to take his effects pedal and just plug it directly in? That's pretty much what this guy's doing. And it's like, dude, Do you understand how torturous it is to listen to that guitar? Because he's playing on a Fender. He should have a good tone.
Yeah.
If he sets his amp, gets a nice amp and plays on it.
Take him the AC30 there and be like, rip through this.
Well, I was thinking about giving him the JSL 100,
Mhm.
the Marshall.
Mhm.
Let him play on that bad boy.
Or he may be a guy that's like, I've got amps out the wazoo at my house. I just don't
I'll
want
be
to
like,
do
but
it.
this has Softtech tubes in it.
And he's like, yeah, I've had those for years. He just doesn't want to bring shit up. He just brings that stupid pedal up and sounds like that.
Then the episode of our comedy's over because I'm just like, we can't do anything for you, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You walk in there. He's like, yeah, I got an amp. I guess I could use one of these. And he opens up his garage, and it's nothing but his walls and nothing but cabinets and heads.
Yeah. I don't know where these churches, who went and saw This Will Destroy You and decided that was what all Christian music was going to sound like, all religious music's going to be like.
No one's
This
that
will
cool.
destroy you.
No one's that cool. No one's that cool.
Exactly.
No
like,
one's that cool.
Those guys are actually in a real band and
Yeah.
buy real gear and stuff. You're just going to Guitar Center and saying, or Tex Axis and saying, hey guys, I need a guitar sound like Mucka W. Smith. You ever seen his song, One Boy, One Girl? It's about staying a virgin.
You know any DC Talk songs?
DC Talk is back. All right. No, that's NSYNC, isn't it?
That was Backstreet's Back, all right.
Yeah.
You
What did
just
DC
screwed
Talk
all-
do, man? Didn't they have
Oh,
a...
they played Six Flags all the time. Which earlier today they did a live shot of I-30 over there by Six Flags because there's a wreck.
Gave no props?
And the camera angle was looking down on the amphitheater. You could see it in the corner. Why isn't that thing used anymore? That amphitheater was cool. There were some cool shows there, man.
You remember when you would run into your friend that was in a band and won Battle of the Bands or something and get to do a set up there and you're just like, this is it? Cool, man. You're like below the log ride where the water falls on you and stuff. Playing some shit
It wasn't
garage.
that bad.
Oh man, there was some bad stages.
That stage though, no, not that stage. I meant the big amphitheater by
the
the
one that
Shockwave.
DC Talk played at.
Yeah, and
didn't Belle Biv DeVoe do a show there with
I
ABC
saw
and
Jesus Jones there. I saw B-52s. I saw
who is it? ABC, BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe
that's Belle
and
Biv DeVoe. Poison.
well, what was the other one though? The dudes from Philly, Motown Philly.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Those Boys to Men, ABC, and BBD, the East Coast Family.
And then who was the other one? God dang it.
The Jump guys.
No,
Those
it
kids.
was-
Or are you talking about out at Six Flags?
yeah, that one
Oh,
show
yeah.
is the B-52s, and
They never had Striper play.
they threw condoms out to everybody.
Speaking of snow, they never played Striper. Like Striper
And I
never
saw
did a show
country
there.
shows out there like crazy, like Travis Tritt, Shenandoah, Alan Jackson, Reba. I saw all
Reba
those dudes there.
McEntire.
Reba played there. That
Oh
was
my
cool as
gosh, man.
shit, man. Not the Divinals. Who did Groove is in the Heart? Groove is in the Heart.
Is that CNC Music Factory?
Groove is in the Heart.
I think it's CNC Music Factory, the one that went dun 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 dun. Everybody dance now.
That's right.
I think they're
You're
the
right.
ones that
They're
did Groove is
CNC.
in the Heart.
They didn't do D-Light. That's
Oh,
right.
it's D-Light, yeah.
RoboTuner brings up ZZ Talk.
Yeah. He's got plagues. Knows how to use them.
Yeah, he's got plagues.
We do all our videos at Waco. That's our
No.
encore, man. When we're ready, that's when we come.
We go down to the
There's
Creation
a-
Museum down there by Dinosaur
Oh,
Valley.
Glen Rose.
Glen Rose. We go
That
to the
place is
Creation Museum.
awesome, man.
What? The Creation Museum?
Yeah, and the that area, Glen Rose.
Oh,
It's an awesome part of Texas.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said that.
A lot of clan doing down there. Go ahead.
Like Clan Up on Modern Warfare 2,
No.
something different.
Yeah, you're getting into clan land down there.
Well, if I ran into him, I would say, "Hey, he's got plagues."
He's got plagues. He knows how to use them. Oh, he's got plagues.
What was it? Didn't he have like 3 verses? Like he went into it. If I remember, was that at Vegas? Were we coked up in Vegas when he
No,
did
we
that?
were coming back from Austin.
Oh, that's right.
Come back from Austin.
What's your
Jesus.
there's a madman down in Waco. That's what we play at our
There's
that's
a
our encore.
madman down in Waco. Man, this weather does not look good. We are at 9 o'clock.
Do I need to leave?
We got some freezing dribbles going to start around 8.
Freezing dribble.
Freezing dribble. And then it's going to snow and freezing rain and all that crap till about midnight. And then everything cools off overnight till about 9 a.m. And then it all fires up again 100% till this show's freezing shit, freezing rain, freezing ice, freezing drizzle. Till now, they're showing till 7 a.m. Thursday morning.
Yeah, I saw that they backed it up
Good
a bit.
God. All right, here we go. Just got prayed today.
Yeah, just got prayed today.
Sharp dressed priest. Plagues. Give me all your tithings.
That's right. I forgot about that one.
I'm good. I'm Christian wide.
I'm Christian wide.
That was a fun ride back when we came up with ZZ
Just
Top.
got prayed. I just got done praying today.
I just got prayed today. Wine drinkers and bread eaters. Oh, ZZ Talk could work. You can just tour churches and you dress like an apostle with a long beard.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. What else do I have here? Officially, COVID's
I
going to
bet
be
Dodie
over.
would be in on that project, wouldn't he?
Definitely. Did you see COVID's over?
I did. Like, well, I thought in May
In May.
is when it's going to be over.
COVID will be over. So we'll all be safe then. We don't have to worry about
I thought it was over in November too when he stumbled up there and blah 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 blah. COVID's over.
I thought that's what he said too. But yet then he told me to go get more boosters.
Yeah, remember he also said that
Don't
we were going to
understand.
have a long, lonely ride of death and destruction and morbid terror last winter.
And the other thing that has blown me away, we haven't talked about it these past few weeks, but what the fuck is going on at the Dallas Zoo?
Are they renovating it?
No.
Or is it?
Have you not heard about all this?
Uh-uh.
There's someone going through there and cutting the fences, and
Letting
animals are
animals
getting out, and now animals are disappearing. They had an albatross, wasn't it? Let's see here. Hold on.
Albatross.
You can call me crazy. So they had a stop.
I'm sorry.
This stupid fucking website here. So they had this. Things keep happening out there because there was that snow cheetah or snow leopard or whatever that got out a few weeks ago.
A Siberian tiger.
It wasn't a Siberian tiger.
It's Fort Worth that has that albino.
A clouded
Siberian
leopard is what
Clouded
it was.
leopard.
A clouded leopard got out.
Just got free leopard, huh?
And they got to looking, and the fence, someone cut the fence, and this clouded leopard just got out and was running around. And so then a couple of days later, a rare vulture died that had sustained unusual wounds and injuries. Like someone had done something to it. I don't support that at all. But then now there's 2 monkeys
You don't
missing.
support torturing animals?
No. There's these 2 monkeys, these 2
That's brave of you.
weird emperor, what is it? Emperor Temerian
Oh,
monkeys?
the penguins?
No, it's a monkey.
Oh. I thought
And they were both taken, and the people at the zoo think someone got in there and stole them because these monkeys are known not to leave the area they live in. They hang
Has
out. in
anybody
the
checked
field.
on Dallas, the monkey?
Better. He may have needed someone to mate with. But all this shit keeps happening to Dallas Zoo like week after week. People are cutting fences. People are destroying cameras. People are doing this and that. They've beefed up security and beefed up their night security and everything, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But I kind of think it's amusing as long as an animal doesn't die like this.
As long as it's
vulture,
not a
but
freaking coked up lion. Which Cocaine Bear comes out this week, or is it next week?
Next week. But the letting a leopard out. When I was in Nairobi and we went to that little animal orphanage, and that guy was getting in all the cages with the cheetahs and all that stuff, and the lions and
he's
crap,
probably dead
and he's
now.
like, he goes, there's one cage I won't get in. And we're like, what? And he goes, I won't get in the cage with that right there.
The leopard.
And it was a leopard. He goes,
those are serial killers in the jungle.
He goes, that girl is unstable.
Hey, I saw
She is
the new
crazy.
Yellowstone. Was it 1923 or whatever, or 46? What's the one that
Harrison Ford's in?
You saw the last episode of that?
I haven't watched it. I haven't started it. I need to watch that. That's what I need to watch. I was thinking of things I needed to watch today.
Well, spoiler alert.
There's a cheetah
Oh, you'll see.
or a mountain lion.
You'll see.
Oh, okay.
Because it confuses you. You're like, what are we doing here? I thought we were Texas in Montana.
Oh,
Next thing you know, they're in Africa.
Africa. Yeah, I did
And
see some
so-
previews and stuff for that
Yeah.
because he was like a big game hunter or some shit. Went over there for a hunt. Have you
one
ever
of the
seen
brothers.
that? What was the name of that movie? That creeped me out so much. Michael
The
Douglas is in it.
Zookeeper with Kevin Smith.
No. With Kevin Smith.
Wasn't he in it?
No.
No, not Kevin Smith. I always say the wrong. Kevin Jones.
Kevin James.
Kevin James. King James.
I think Michael Douglas was in a crazy movie. That was about
Night
lions.
at the Museum.
These lions were attacking everybody. and killing 'em.
Yes, and wasn't like
movie was
Brad Pitt in
awesome.
it too, or Val Kilmer? He was in it. Remember?
Was Val Kilmer in
It was
it
like
too?
Ghost in the Night or something, or
Ghost.
Night Ghost. Night Ghost.
That's our new band name. That's already being used, right?
That's the enemy of Day Ghost.
Ghost. Ghost in the Darkness.
Ghost in the Darkness. That's it.
That movie's rad because they're just like working through a field and all of a sudden a guy just
Yeah, it's like you remember the horror flick Silver Bullet, the one about the werewolves before the teen show, the one that you were into heavily. The vampires and the werewolves and the vampires show. You were
True
teams-
Blood?
True Blood. No,
Yeah.
not True Blood. What was it called? Man, remember all the girls?
Twilight?
Twilight. Yeah, Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight was my shit.
There was a lot of upper level lows, a lot of moisture, humidity coming from
Who-
down south with women in that show, that
What was his name?
movie.
I was Team Joshua.
Right, you had to be on a
Whoever,
team.
No, there was what are they? Jacob and Team.
Team Jacob, Team Michael, or something like that.
Who was the other dude?
Edward.
Oh, there you go.
Team Edward.
You were
and
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Right. Well, Silver Bullet was a scary werewolf flick in like the 80s.
Yeah.
And they had this scene where they're walking around, they all got their guns, and they're, we're going to kill this son of a bitch one way or the other out here.
Was
And
it-
all of a sudden they're walking
was it
in the
Dukes of
fog,
Hazzard,
and then all of
you
a sudden, under the fog,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
picking them off one by one.
Remember Monster Squad?
There's no way I'd go in that hunt.
No.
I would be like, there's a werewolf out there in the fog?
No.
Well, I'm going to go back inside.
I'm so scared of werewolves. I won't even cover Werewolf of London.
You won't cover it? Like,
No.
talk about it?
The song. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was way off.
You were way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not a fan of the jaguar or the werewolf
The
or the
leopard.
vampire or the leopard.
The leopard. We chased a leopard on safari forever. We were trying to find one, and our guide was like, "It's all chance with a leopard because those guys are so freaking stealth." And he's like, "If you get out of the car and pee, that's what you have to worry about." He's like, "You don't have to worry about any other animal around here
Yeah.
except for like we would stop out in the middle of a plain in the middle of nowhere and to get out
Yeah.
and just
Well,
pee
you've
real
heard of
quick."
hunters in
And
their
he's like,
stands.
The leopards are
Yeah.
insane.
Well, just the mountain lions here.
Oh, the
Like
mountain
they'll
lions are
be
crazy.
up in their deer stands, and all of a sudden there's some deer at your, like, if you have a feeder or something start acting weird, and you're like, what the hell's going on? You look below you, there's just a fucking big ass 250-pound mountain lion just spraying his spray everywhere. Or is that lions that do that? Who sprays the spray?
I don't. Any animal?
No, there's one cat, like big ferocious cat, that also will spray you with their
I don't
scent.
know. They're musk.
Their musk.
With their musk. No, that
They'll do the equivalent of this.
that guy I used to know that's the sheriff.
Mhm.
He was out at his lease, sitting up in his deer blind,
Like a
and
real cowboy.
he heard something down below him.
And it was a mountain lion.
And it was a big ass bobcat,
Mm.
and he popped it and brought it back, and they stuffed it, and he's got it as a trophy. It all came out pretty badass because he's got it posed to where it's reaching up, and then he shot a dove, and the
Oh yeah.
cat's reaching for the dove. Looks pretty good. He's a big ass cat though, but he's like, I'm not walking down there with it. Its nest was right below him. Its den was right below his.
He needs to
stand.
hunt somewhere else.
Yeah, I would have moved. Today, I
Like,
was
every
watching,
once in a while, you'll see one of those game cameras, those feeder cameras and stuff, where one will walk by with a full buck in their mouth.
Sleet alert.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get out of here, or I'm not gonna get home.
I'll let you get home. The one thing I wanted to bring up real quick that just reminded me of this was as I was doing some stuff in the house today, I just let YouTube play wild, and it got on this whole series of Fukushima and the disaster, and these guys going in and exploring the exclusion zone that's around Fukushima now, and how they keep coming across all these nuclear bores.
I think I saw something about that
And
too.
it's wild. Like they're like
I watched
they're
your
like,
Everest
luckily
show too,
they're
by the way.
right- you think?
Huh? It's intense. Like, it's not what you think. It's all going to be happy go lucky, but then did you watch the one I told you to? The 14
I have not
hits
yet.
or whatever.
I have not yet, but I will watch.
It's
that. But
opposite of that. Well, I mean, it's still kind of like that, but it's more lighthearted than that.
How about those drone shots?
Pretty amazing.
Gorgeous. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. How about when he said
That storm is mind blowing.
where that tent, that
Yeah.
shot of that tent blowing off the mountain?
Right.
You're just like, see you later.
Yeah, and they all got sick. Yeah, it was brutal.
And then when he unclipped from the rope and just took off on his own, didn't
Yeah.
listen to the Sherpa's going, no, danger. And then the whole time after that, he's like, I feel bad
Yeah.
if you're not listening
I
to
shouldn't have
Sherpa.
done that. That was not very respectful.
That's what you were there to do, though.
Mhm.
You were the entire thing.
That was
How
the
did
whole
you feel
shtick
about that?
of the whole movie.
So how did you feel about that? They were there to find this guy to hopefully preserve history, but instead they spent so much time climbing up to the peak that they barely had any time to look around. How'd you feel about that?
I think that's kind of how it is. I mean, that could happen. You could go up to try to do this thing and
And then-
totally get derailed. That's kind of what they said at the beginning.
The beginning of the peak is like the perfumed inner thigh is like, I got to go up there to it. It just lures you in. The peak lures
Wait.
you in.
I'm fiberglassed. Wait, what? That's
Yeah,
not
you're right.
fiberglassed.
That's a word.
Fiberglassed. Fiberglassed?
What threw you
What
off?
is it? Hey, chat room, is it what is it? What am I trying to say?
Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted, yeah.
But I like the way you said it. That was way better.
Filter gassed.
Filter, Ministry, Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, all coming together.
Yeah, for that fest. That's going to be at Pavilion, isn't it?
Yeah,
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis. Flabbergasted. Susie popped in.
Thanks, Susie. Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but yeah, that those
Bet.
new-
Bet, man. Yeah, bet.
Bet. How much?
Bet, man. I need to get my wallet.
Yeah. What are the odds? But I was like, it cracked me up because
Bet.
they're
Do I need to get my
rolling around.
wallet? What are the odds?
They're
That's-
rolling through these houses and they're talking about how the Japanese culture is so cool that, they walk into this video game store and there's still brand new Wii's and brand new PSPs and PlayStations and shit just sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
and no one's touched them because that's how Japanese culture
Did you show me
isn't
this?
like.
Did you send this trailer to me? or something? Because
Not
I've
that
seen.
know of.
I know what you're
just
talking
rolled
about.
across this and came across it, and it was. They say it's not like American culture that's got to loot everything
Mhm.
as soon as some tragedy hits or whatever, and that cars there they won't tow them off. They'll just barricade around them until the owner can come and get them and do whatever they want to with them. But most of them are so radioactive that the owner ends up telling someone to come get it. But as they're just cruising through these houses and stuff, and this overgrown, everything's getting overgrown in the 10 years, 11 years, that these nuclear radioactive boars come running out everywhere, and they keep.
I saw a
getting
little
freaked
bit
out.
on Dark Tourist. I saw a little bit of
Dark
that.
Tour is great. I need a second season of that.
Was there ever a point where a mall security guard came out and said, "No pictures. You can't. No.
No.
We are protecting the image,
We're protecting
the image
the
of this
image
Fallout
of this
zone."
fucking mall, and you can't take a picture
You're
here.
like, damn it! I
Um,
guess I'll put my camera up.
he got out somewhere. Him and his buddy got out somewhere, and cops did come and get him and pulled him aside. And
That
I think
happened
they
in
just
Dark
talked to
Tourist
him.
too.
They just talked to him real harshly and then let him go.
That was the same thing as Dark Tourist too.
Yeah.
The guy went to where he wasn't supposed to and got all hell broke loose,
Yep.
and he got a
Get out of this
scolding.
goddamn mall. You can't go to Sea Life.
Give me your camera. Give me your camera. Do you know you're sitting in a place where there was a Ritz camera and a Gadzooks? Give me your fucking camera, kid.
That mall still has a
This is
Journeys.
history.
There's still a Journeys in there.
Really?
And
Is
a
there any-
Shoe Depot and a
is there a
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Victoria's Secret?
Or not Bed Bath and Beyond. Bath and Body Works. There's not a Victoria's Secret.
What about a
Nothing you could avoid.
well, I'm leaving now.
I just wanted to
I
come
was
to your
gonna
mall
voy.
and voy for a little bit. I wanted to look around.
I'm gonna stop at Sarah's Secrets on the way home. Be like, I'm here. Oh, can I help you, sir?
I'm just here to voy.
voying.
Cops would be called immediately.
You're voying.
And then when she
Why
says,
you guys here?
you
Can I
got
voy you?
you got to be rolling on this, and when she says you can't do that, when you walk
Voy.
out, you got to go. All right, anus.
Anus out.
If anybody listening does this
Get
week,
that on video. We'll play it on our show.
send us the audio. Just have your phone like in your pocket or something, and just go like
Anus out.
anus out, or you're at the QT and you're checking out, and they go, "All right, you have a good day," and you just go anus.
Hey, Mr. Dustin Schneider, how was your meal today?
Anus.
I'm sorry.
Anus, man. Anus.
So you liked it? Anus. Yeah.
Anus.
100% anus.
Doug, you need to do it at work to customers that come in.
Yeah.
See
What
if
are
you
you
can get it
looking for
going.
today? You guys looking for anus?
Anus.
Some anus?
As this short circle of Bedford Euless people just start using the word anus.
It'll bleed over to Haltom City too.
Slowly make its way to Hearst, then into North Richland Hills, Richland Hills. It'll spread.
I think you're onto something for sure. Just any time now. I'm gonna just watch.
Hey, bro, what's up?
Anus, man. Anus, homie.
Anus.
Always anus. Anus.
And if they ever respond with, "Would you like me to relax it?"
Oh man, hang on.
Oh, you weren't even
Yeah, I
ready.
wasn't ready for that. But honestly, that anus is a funny word. It's fun to say. It's a funny word and it's fun to say.
It is funny.
Like,
Anus.
who doesn't like to say anus?
And everyone will think you're like saying heinous, and you're not. You're just saying anus.
This is a perfect word.
Try to relax your anus.
Like that guy did.
Did he just say the video's? Is the
Yes.
video on that too? That girl goes like,
The heck?
"Did he just say anus?"
It reminds me of me when I was drunk at Rock Dogs in Rendon, Texas, or wherever that place was at.
It's
And I
like
thought I words.
it's Edgecliff. It's right down there. I think I have that. Would you like to hear it?
No, we don't need to hear that anymore.
You don't want to hear it ever
in
again?
fact, I'm so surprised that you didn't play that for them.
I thought I did.
Oh, did you?
Brittany Johnson and Fritz are my best friends, man. Thanks for coming out. I mean,
I thought I words.
I've had a hard time lately, but it's cool.
Isn't it how
Oh, it's
Gengar?
cold.
God, listen to that bass.
Sounds
tone.
like I'm gonna kill myself, doesn't it?
And I don't have AIDS. That's not what I'm saying.
I really wanted everyone that was
Like-
watching that rock show to know that I was not HIV positive or
I'm-
have AIDS.
I'm good. I'm good right now. If any of y'all want to go home with me, I'm a little depressed, but I want you to
Did you-
know I don't have AIDS.
Did
so
you
we
hear
can
that
get
when I did
together.
it live? Were you just like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Or did you have to watch the show afterwards? I'm like, "No, what are you
I
talking about?"
immediately
last
turned
night?"
to the camera and was like, "That was rolling, right?" Because I want the audio.
You pulled a Jim from The Office, like.
I gotta go find the old video that it came from, and I don't have AIDS.
Wasn't I wearing like a cutoff shirt and like looked like I just came in from Lake Palestine?
I think all of us showed up at Rock Dogs with whatever threads we had on, just didn't care. Looked like we just walked out of Walmart, or we're just out
We
water
probably
skiing,
did. Yeah,
and
we
showed up to play a show.
we're out water skiing.
Yeah, still skiing on weekends.
There you go, George.
Huh. What'd that say? Tyree Nichols' old skateboarding crew had gradually gone their separate ways. In death, he brought them back together again.
Man, we didn't even talk about that. That's a whole nother show.
That was on the list.
What a fucking.
Is Memphis gonna explode?
I don't know.
Is Memphis gonna fire?
Who knows? But that was tragic. Fucking absolutely tragic.
All this
And
video that's coming out is wild.
Did you hear what they're saying that is causing that kind of thing? Is, well, you defund the police. This is what's going to happen. You're going to get a bunch of assholes that don't have the right training and don't have the right mindset, and you're going to get some hinges, some loose hinges that are going out there and just abusing power
That one dude,
and killing people.
and I hope he gets everything,
I don't-
the entire book at him, thrown at him. But that one dude that on the video is just like, you know, he was making a U-turn and driving up the wrong one way, and I yelled at him and told him to turn around and all this stuff, and he wouldn't listen to me, so I had to make him pay and all this. I was like,
Fucking evil, man.
dude. And then today, like the EMTs and shit, they let them go
Uh-oh.
because they didn't. It took them over 20 minutes to
I
do
just,
anything.
man, when
to
you were hearing
work
that,
on him.
when you were hearing that kid yell for his mom, you're like, oh my gosh, like, ugh. I don't know that you can't compare it to the other ones because they're all individual and just they're all sad and tragic in their own ways. But it brought me back to Rodney King. I'll be honest with you. I was like, this is. I remember when Rodney King didn't die, not then. So it's way worse. But that
What?
was the
He did die, right? He's dead.
recently, I think,
Yeah,
of cancer. I
he
believe.
finally passed away.
But for them, we didn't have camera phones all over the place. So when all of a sudden this video came up of these LA police officers beating the fuck out of this
The
black dude,
Guy peeking over a fence.
that it was shocking. Remember,
was
we were all
really
like, "What the
shocking.
fuck, man?"
Yeah.
And that's what it gave me. It sent me back to that. The same type of feeling. Like, this is fucking terrible. Like, how could this happen in our country? But our country's in shambles right now. We're going to see more of this shit,
You know,
unfortunately.
What pissed me off, or it made me laugh, and it pissed me off at the same time, was I think it's Friday night, CNN put up a headline that said, even though the 4 cops that attacked Tyree were black, this could still be a racial instigation or something. And
like
we're like,
systematic racism or something.
no, they were just saying like it was a racial attack, even though they were black. And I was like, what the hell kind of bullshit headline is that? CNN.
They're just trying
More
to
of
stoke
what
the
you were
flame.
talking
Trying
about.
to stoke the flame.
Stoking the flames
do-
and separating.
That's the
More
thing too.
separating.
Honestly, sometimes as white people, just shut the fuck up and let a community mourn. Let's mourn with this community and not say fucking anything. We don't have to say anything. Just let's listen to these all these people and these families. Like, white people don't need to fucking talk all the time. Just if they say something offensive, and that's what I took that as, is maybe people that were really saying stuff like that, they're just hurting. They know that it has nothing to do with I would say the act of white supremacy in that moment, but they want people to know that white supremacy is systematic in some places, and that's probably true in a lot of places around here, you know? But it doesn't matter. I don't understand the culture of people or the type of people that get upset when like you have George Floyd, something like that happen, or you have this kid Tyree. What was his last name again? Is it what was his last name? I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not saying his name right. Nichols, Tyree Nichols. You have these terrible tragedies that happen. You know what? I think it's just best that you shut the fuck up and help people and let them mourn and stuff. Like, we don't want riots. Like, we can't have that. But if someone gets on CNN and just runs their mouth, let them run their mouth because they're grieving. Like, whatever.
Well, I mean, CNN basically instigated riots in their own backyard in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago because of the stupid bullshit they were saying about that shooting.
And they have the Summer of Love greatest meme ever. The mostly peaceful with the burning building behind.
This is mostly peaceful protest. There's a building
I just don't
and
get
car
mad.
and everything's burning.
Okay, so I listen to all kinds of political affiliations, conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, liberals, whatever. I listen to all of it, right? If you're an interesting person, I'm going to listen to you, right? And I don't get the type of conservative that immediately starts bitching, oh, they're making it about racism. They're making it about racism again. It has nothing to do with it. Who cares? It's been like a week since the event happened. The community as a whole is freaking the fuck out and yelling. It's just like if anything happens tragic to your family and your friends and your community, you're gonna be pissed and you're gonna say shit. You don't have to freak out because of the way you're reacting to their form of grief. Mm-hmm. That's not your responsibility, Whitey.
And that's what they did a few weeks ago at the Asian shooting out in California.
Oh,
during the New Year's, the Chinese New Year, and all those people got shot, and they immediately came out and said this is a white supremacist related shooting. The guy was a white supremacist, and we're hunting him down now. And when they finally found out who did it, it was all like back into the bushes, Homer Simpson.
Right.
Like,
right.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing that is so disgusting right now.
It's stupid.
Let the body get cold before we start talking about politics at all.
Or let time. Let facts come out and people figure out what the fuck is going on. I've said that a zillion times. Why do you have to be the first to report on it? No one cares.
Our political leaders have started this craze, and the media picked up on it, and that's just what they do. It's like you can't have a shooting. You have you have a shooting, and within 5 minutes you have a tweet from some fucko in Congress that's going to make a name for himself, or
it's a white supremacist that did it.
Some news lady out at WFAA or guy that's trying to make a demo reel for him to send in.
Yeah,
it's his time to shine, so he's just going to say something stupid.
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that shooting had just occurred, and they already were saying that it was racially motivated and done by a white supremacist and all this stuff.
The LA
shooting.
In LA?
And then, the next day, it's all like, oh, we were wrong on that. No, they never even said that. It was just.
They said I think they came out and said it was a disgruntled worker.
Yeah.
This week, they said that he was mad at some things that happened at his job.
Well, that's what came
it was
down,
also
but they found out that it was an Asian guy that killed all the Asians.
Well, there was a video.
So, yeah, there's a video, and then when they went to get him,
Yeah. Oh, it's not Trump.
What? It's not
Trump.
It's not a white guy and a wife beater and a pickup truck with flags hanging off of it. No deal.
It's not.
We were wrong. Stop race baiting shit.
It's the moral of the story, man. Just try to help people out.
Good
we don't need to make a political statement all the fucking time. Let people grieve. And let people say what they want to say and not pass judgment on them.
Yeah.
You can't have when a tragedy like this happens. That's the worst thing you can do is start grifting off it and just.
It's all about ratings. All about ratings.
Yeah, until we realize that the mainstream media is the enemy of the state. I fully believe that. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about me. I've gotten challenged on this so many times from people. I have a friend that's a writer for a publication locally, a pretty big one.
Oh, not a 25-page pamphlet that comes out weekly?
Me and her have gotten into it about she'll jump my shit sometimes how I'm too hard on the mainstream media. I'm like, how you can't be too hard on them right now. They're the cause of fucking 95% of our problems.
Yep.
Is the media.
Yep.
Anyway, that's my
Gotta
rant.
control everything.
That's my Tuesday rant.
Doug says this video of this Forerunner being launched in the air.
Oh
is
my gosh!
on
I don't need to
CBS.
see that, Doug, before I'm about to drive home.
I'm trying to find it. Man dies after car went airborne off Slick Arlington overpass. Which overpass
where I'm
was
going.
it? Oh my god!
This is great, just great.
A 45-year-old man is dead after his car went
Okay,
airborne.
so does he have a
Wow, that's
podcast
right,
too?
it is. He was eastbound lanes of I-20 near Green Oaks.
That's right where I'm going too. All right, this is awesome.
Wow, this all lines up. The video that comes up is just about these 6 fucking officers. I don't want to hear about this shit.
All right, well, thanks for making me white knuckle it the whole way home, Doug. I appreciate it.
You're in a Jeep. You're good.
He was in a Forerunner.
Yeah, but he
You think it was a two-wheel drive one?
probably had an SR5. It had no control. Witnesses then report. He said. They said, "Oh, it was a '97 too." I mean, come on.
Okay, I have an off mic.
It's a
something
97.
I gotta tell you about.
So it's a Gen 4.
I got to tell you something.
Okay, hold on.
Something I've discovered too.
A black 1997 Toyota 4Runner appeared to lose control as it was crossing the overpass. Witnesses then reportedly saw the 4Runner
La 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 la.
go airborne.
La 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 la. This is not true. I will not listen to this.
He was
No,
traveling.
no.
No,
How many?
he was traveling at unsafe speeds and didn't wear a seatbelt.
No, that's pretty dumb. But if he launched his, I don't think the seatbelt would have helped if he launched his Forerunner off a.
It could have helped you stay in spot for when your airbags went off instead of launching you out of the vehicle.
Well, I will be having my seatbelt on.
Yeah, you're all good.
I have a fear boner now. Thanks, Doug.
Is this the story? Let's see. No. Damn it.
How about we chill on the
I need a video.
so I can show it to Matt and make him really scared.
Yeah, show him what a Forerunner can do in the air. All right. I guess we're done.
Yeah, got this one in. Came in like professionals and got it done.
We got a few other things we have on here we didn't hit, but I don't want to hit them. I don't even want to give that story any attention, so fuck them.
That's your news. This is my abode.
Hey, ladies.
How cowboy are you? Cowboy?
That's another show. Until next week, anus.
Anus, dog. Anus.
Anus, dog, anus. All right. You need me to kill the mics
Yeah.
and kill the stream?
We probably talk about it next week. I just didn't want to get into it.
Anus, dog.
It's a whole nother conversation.
Show. 5, 10. Anus, dog. There was something I was going to tell you off the mic, too. You like anus? Black Angus burger? Wait, that's not the same thing.
Nope, that's awesome. Now I want to go to a restaurant that has Black Angus burgers. I'll take some Black Anus.
You got any black anus?
Black Anus?
They'll be like, you're racist.
What?
What?
What do you think I said?
Is it coming down? All right.